the game, 'cause I got high hopes.
Where I don't have a preview. There it is. All right, here it is.
Nice.
We got it now. Boy, oh boy, what a week! What a
Such a week.
ramp up.
Such a
Wow.
week.
We're trying to get these project cards,
Man.
which we will not spoil for
I'm
the
just
audience.
telling you right now.
Ready.
Basically, we're going to give you a little bit of a sneak preview in the sense that what we had, one of our many challenges in this endeavor, was to get them ready for the Hidden Springs Car
Get
Show
who ready? Them.
this weekend. Our
Yeah.
projects.
Our project what?
Broadly speaking, we're not
projects.
going any more detailed
We're
than
to
that.
get our projects ready for the Hidden Springs Car Show.
Yes.
The reveal episode of the first episode is so great. I don't want to
keeping
spoil
it down.
it.
Yeah, we gotta
Tim
keep
has
it
done
down.
such an amazing job with that.
Yeah, so that's the challenge, so
Yeah.
to speak. Have said project ready to be driven up there
And
over the
looked
mountain
at,
and looked at and judged by a panel.
and strangers are going to vote on their favorite.
Yes. So, boys, how do we feel we're doing? I know that
You're
I just
sitting
need to rinse mine off. Maybe hit it with a little bead maker.
Ooh, yeah.
The genius
Yeah,
that is Levi
feeling pretty
picked a
good.
vehicle that allowed him to have many readily available
a
supplies.
vehicle.
He didn't
That's
have
the
to.
project.
He didn't have to.
Yeah,
it's a
it's a-
vehicle. He didn't have to wait
My-
for something to
a
come in the
vehicle could be
mail.
an iPad,
He didn't
could
have
be
to
an
wait for
iPhone.
something on a boat.
That's how I
or a
distribute information.
tractor trailer.
So,
It just,
how are you feeling, Dane?
So,
There's
I
about
have gotten
20 people out
bogged
there
down in my
working.
wheel project, and people are just so nice to keep volunteering, and I don't ask, but they
Well,
keep
it's because they feel bad for
assisting.
you.
Yeah, it's mostly because I just seem like
Pity help.
I'm way behind on what I'm able to do. Now, granted, when we get to that
I will
show,
say,
my vehicle
you-
is going to look so nice.
Yeah, you
when
have
it's
been.
cleaned up.
You have, I feel, between the three of us, put in more labor hours
Oh, yeah, and that's the part.
than
I don't want
either
people,
of us have actually put in.
when people watch the series, they're going to get the impression that for some reason I didn't do any of my own work, when in reality, I've put in so many sweat equity hours into, frankly, like beat your head against the wall type
A
situations.
lot of it has been beating your head against the
Yeah,
wall.
a lot of it is just like not progressing, but at
Yeah.
the same time, you can see in my
But it's
face, I've
been-
been outside a lot
But
lately.
it's been you.
It
that
has been me.
doing
I
it.
just haven't
So,
recorded myself doing as much of it.
Yeah.
But rest assured,
Yeah.
wheels alone, I put in over 30
I'm
hours.
almost done,
30
and I
man
forgot to
hours.
record myself.
I've been staying here till
So,
like past 9.
I hope that's not a problem.
every evening and just working on it.
Yeah.
Your vehicle looks fantastic
Well, that's because I'm the best.
for what it is.
At
But
this.
that's the point.
That's-
It looks really good. And yours, you have a few
Anthony,
things
where are
that
you
haven't
at? How are you
quite
feeling? You
arrived.
sitting pretty for this event?
So I'm taking the stealth sneak attack approach.
Okay.
He's taking the
personally.
slacker approach,
This
where
is
he's like,
something-
I didn't even try. If anybody asks him at the show,
Yeah, somebody's
like,
gonna
"I didn't
say,
even
somebody's
try."
gonna say, well, what's wrong with it? I say, pop the hood. I'm like,
Oh,
pop
that's
the
the
hood.
move.
Okay,
I
yeah.
tell him
see.
pop the hood.
Yeah, I like that.
And so needless to
Give 'em a
say,
taste.
Your engine bay does look.
I am a little bit behind.
Yeah,
a little bit behind for things out of my control.
Right.
And so there's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
And I just have to be accepting of that. Take my time because it's all about trusting in the
Right.
process.
And look at
yes.
this.
Right.
Good news. Your car's not on jack stands
No.
in
No.
your vehicle.
Whereas mine has
So-
been for the last
So
week.
it can be driven.
I could drive that thing across the country, Levi.
You could.
I can get 40 miles per gallon the entire way.
Oh,
Wow,
very
gee, Don't
nice.
spoil it.
So, but yours can be driven. Dane's is still on jack stands.
It's functional if I put the wheels on it. The wheels
Yeah.
just had to be off for me to do the
But
stuff I had to do.
I think the most important part of this whole entire thing is that we're all dear friends, and
I'm
we've
excited
and
about
we've had a
this. It's
great
gonna be
time.
fun.
And and even though one of us
We've had some
obviously is
jabs
going to
for
have
fun.
a way cleaner car than the rest of us,
just not there yet.
lowered, right,
Mm-hmm.
on killer looking tires,
Ready
right,
to rock and roll.
nice wheels, decent paint,
Yep,
right.
Yep.
That's a big thing. One of us is going to have all these things,
Yep.
and then obviously probably a laundry list of people waiting to buy that vehicle.
Hopefully. That's my hope.
Yeah, it's almost like one of us has really used their clout outside of TRC to really build up the anticipation for their
Weird.
vehicle before it's even
Weird.
done.
So,
It's
and,
kind
and
of
I don't, and Dane, and I
amazing.
don't, and
That's
obviously
me.
it's not
my goal.
It's
I'm
not
bringing
me.
a for sale sign.
yeah.
I'm gonna
So-
start taking bids.
Yeah.
Seeing my offers.
Smart guy.
No, and
OBO.
I'm probably gonna do is I only have my Instagram. They keep getting it wrong on this. My
Yeah.
Instagram at Anthony Fisher 2Y's
Two
2R's
Ys.
is my
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I have a little over 1,000 followers.
Yep.
Most of them are
Family.
friends
Yeah.
and
People you've met
and people I've grown up
physically.
with throughout high school.
Right.
People's
So
like pet
I'm
accounts.
hoping pet accounts. I'm hoping that there's one person there that might be interested.
Correct.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Wow. He's really downplaying this. Anyway, guys, we've got a lot of comments here, but is there anything else we want to touch on before we start in with the comments?
So, these, you're probably wondering, what are these
Yes.
things?
What are these things, Levi?
They
They're
look cool.
Vision kits. So,
Whoa.
as you all know, the Crown Rally West is officially kicking off
No way.
this weekend.
And we're going.
We're not going.
Wait, oh.
because we
what?
had to get our cars done to go to this car show.
Yeah, it was kind of.
So, here's the
had to
deal.
prioritize.
These are what participants of the Crown Rally are getting. In here is a black diamond glass dowel and a 250 ml bottle of G-Technic's Perfect Glass.
Wow.
So we are going to be sending these Vision kits out
Yeah.
to a number of our Grandambassadors.
We are.
So Grandambassadors, get ready. The best of the best are only going to get picked. There's only a few of these that are
Hold
going
one
out.
up for the camera. I
So-
love the cover art on these. Super throwback.
Who made it?
Made by Dabbler
That's
Details.
great.
Made by Dabbler Details.
Dabbler is
Matt
awesome.
with one
Seriously.
T because
Yep.
apparently his parents didn't love him enough to give him the second T. Matt, we
So-
love you.
So Matt at Dabbler Details created this logo, did all this stuff for the rally and G-Technic. Really cool stuff. So we're going to be sending a lot of these out to our current Grandambassadors
Yes.
and previous Grandambassadors. Basically, best of the best. Anthony's going to be sending
I
them out.
don't know
So
that. Honestly,
Get ready for those. And so these are only available for the Crown Rally, but they're going to be available for all three Crown Rallies. So
Wow.
there's the West Crown Rally, the North Crown Rally, and the East Crown Rally. Or
I
South.
would like to do the North.
So that's where we're going to be doing. These are
Nor-
going to be in each driver's car.
Oh,
So
we're going to be in the North Crown Rally.
I don't know when we're going. Well, we
When
still
is the
gotta
North?
look.
And that's going to be a tour of Canada, correct?
No, it's Minnesota and Michigan,
Oh, I don't want to go
Chicago,
there.
that kind of stuff. So,
Oh,
Why would anybody want to go?
so we got those. So those are going to be. These are not for sale. These are only Crown Rally event products. We wanted to show them off
Gotcha.
because we're so proud of Dabbler for doing these.
We are
We're getting them
extremely
done.
proud. Seriously.
I threw his
and the
comments
boys at
out there
G-Technic,
just to
it's
make
super
sure he
fun
got
because
the-
it's a rag company G-Technic co-branded item. So we got those. Second, what is that behind me, Anthony?
So that behind you, Levi, is something extremely special.
It says
right?
here.
You can see exactly what this is.
It says it's a Viper chair.
Yes.
Viper.
So I don't even know how to. We are very blessed to be in the position that we are in, and we're obviously very fortunate to have made the relationships that we have made.
That's one of my jobs. That's one of your
give
jobs.
people opportunities,
relationships.
to make friends, to make
Right.
family, to I don't know,
I
maybe
still,
not make
I
family,
still pinch
but
myself sometimes when I realize I get paid to make friends.
You do.
What an
So-
amazing position to be in.
So here's my honest thoughts, right?
Truly.
When I first saw a Viper chair,
Correct.
I thought, holy smokes,
Mm-hmm.
that is a well over $300 chair for a garage, and I could not wrap my hand around it.
That
right?
looks intense.
Because right now, at my home, here in the TRC studio. What do we have, Levi?
Well, we use a bro stool.
What?
That
It's
is
a bro stool.
a computer
Excuse me,
chair
what
with
is
the
it?
back taken
It's-
off
So, it's
and
a
rollerblade.
Bro stool.
Yeah, that's not a brand that I'm aware of.
Well, no, it is the invention, creation of Buck Hugaboom and Mitch Kessler.
Okay, so what is it? Just tell me what it is.
Well, it's basically a computer chair
Uh-huh.
with the back taken off of it.
Okay.
And skateboard wheels attached to
Okay,
it. Or
so-
rollerblade wheels
rollerblade
attached
wheels,
to
yeah.
it.
All right, so that's pretty. Yes,
bro
it
stool.
works. It
Well,
works.
Buck said the best way to get a bro stool is to find it on the side of the road
Yeah.
because you only need the bottom, take the back off,
Yeah.
and then go to Amazon, pick up some wheels, and throw those on.
So I typically go underneath an overpass to find
Correct,
an
yeah.
extra bro stool, right? But for when I'm not using one of those,
Yes.
I personally have a stool, an HF stool, a high fashion stool.
High fashion stool.
Also known
High-functioning
as it is not high functioning, as I've had to replace every caster on that 4 times over. I have a Harbor Freight stool
Yeah.
at home, right? We have Harbor Freight stools here that we've been using for many years. And I just thought to myself, wow, for the price of one of these chairs, I can buy 10 of these,
Right, yeah.
Harbor Freight stools, right?
Yeah,
But
and if
how
you
many
don't care
times
about
do you
replacing it all
rebuild
the
that?
time, then that's
And I
You
have
go through
rebuilt
that.
my Harbor Freight stool, probably, like I said, 3 or 4 times. I replaced the
Right.
casters quite a few times on those things, and it is still uncomfortable, and it is still not do what I want
Yeah, it
it to
doesn't
do.
feel good all
and
the time. The bro
so
stool is much
I
better.
saw this Viper chair, and I thought, wow, that's probably the nicest chair I've ever seen,
Yeah.
right? But are we going to be able to get some
Man,
here?
I
Maybe.
sure hope so.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Well,
right?
the real deal is we need to be able to test it. We need to be able to see it in
I
action,
need to see it in action.
feel the comfort of it.
But I will
Can
admit,
it rival a bro stool?
did I watch Matt's 25-minute video on a chair? Absolutely.
Yeah, you did.
Did
Or
I
you
watch
did
other
that.
people's reviews on a chair? Absolutely.
Yes, you did.
Have I watched unboxing videos on these chairs?
Yes,
Absolutely,
yes.
because that's how interested I am in these, right? And fortunately, thanks to our friend who has now become a marketing person for
feels
Viper
good.
chairs. I
Yeah.
don't know if I can actually say what. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. I think I can. I'll just say it. Lex Garage, our friend Lex,
Yeah.
right? So he happened to take over a little bit of the Viper chair marketing stuff, and so we were able to
Procure
two of
these.
these things for here at the TRC studio, which we're gonna make an unboxing video. We're gonna have to.
We're
make,
going to go all out on it.
Like I
We're
have
also
some.
going to put them through the ringer. We got project
yeah.
vehicles.
I have an idea that it's gonna be pretty
I think
awesome.
it's going to
Yeah.
be good.
And so
they're sitting in the back. Hey, look at that Viper chair
Look
up
at
on
that.
here. Be prepared to be amazed. I'm really excited.
I'm extremely
So,
excited.
Stay tuned, not on the podcast or the Q&A, but we are going to be creating a unboxing video. And heck, we may be not only making a nice unboxing, we may be doing live at the same time just for fun.
We have 2 boxes.
We
and
do
I
have 2
think they're and I
boxes.
think they're the same chair. I think they're the same
We'll
design.
find out. I
There's
like the-
so
the
many
suspense.
design options
Yeah.
that it was kind of mind-boggling, in terms of, if I wanted this color, what color,
Right,
what are we
yeah.
going to do for the seat? Do we want a logo? Do we want
Yeah.
no logo?
I can't wait to get an MOSHQ design version.
And it's like rust. It's like a rust look. It's like I'm like Levi. This looks like an
patinaed.
old broken chair. You're like, this is how I wanted it. It's perfect.
Distressed leather and
Distressed
rolling
leather
around
and,
on
and I'm like, is
worn
that
pegs.
Did you already weld something onto it? You're like, yeah. So that was from the forge. It's
And on that
Yeah.
note, we have many questions.
All
to
right,
get
so
to.
guys,
They have
welcome
piled
to live
on
Q&A
and in.
Friday Eve here at the Rag Company. Time to get into questions. Now that we got some of this house cleaning cleaned up,
Yes.
Ozzy Bear the Rooster, Airbnb booked, child at grandparents, Civic SI prepped for the road rap trip, Reno to Boise, let's go, June
let's go!
26th.
So that's
Saturday
amazing.
is the event, and they're coming down for the actual class.
so that's amazing. I don't. That drive sucks.
Reno to Boise.
So yeah,
It's
I'm not
not the
jealous
most
of that
exciting.
of that
No.
drive. It
but
is.
they're doing it in a Civic SI.
Well, maybe stop in Winnemucca, right?
Ooh, a little gambling.
And a couple of my favorite spots there in
Oh,
Winnie,
boy.
as I like to call it. It's the McDonald's right when you get through Winnemucca.
Yep.
And I go to the Flying J over
Oh,
there, and I grab myself
man.
some sour gummies for the
Yeah,
rest of the road.
Swing over to the bunny
Because
ranch.
you know it's just
spend
going to
the
be
night.
desert after that for a while.
Yeah. Anyways, that
speaking
should be
of-
fun.
Well,
Justin
and then Justin
following
says
up.
he's joining Ozzy Bear the Rooster
Yeah.
on the Reno to Boise trip. Hyped to get to see some cars getting wrapped and detailed. Let's ride.
Nice.
Guys, we're so excited to have you here. And then Glossy Bear saying, what's the longest taking you to clay bar a car? My wife's CRV took me 8, which is way too long. Coated it with
Hours?
2 layers of salt. Glad that's over with. So Yeah, man, that's
Holy
that's
cow.
crazy. I don't know if you meant you literally clay barred for 8 hours, because that's insane.
Or the detail.
At that
detail.
point, you should just turn over to sandpaper.
That's my guess. All right. Grant Hotry says, good morning, TRC crew. Shout out to Ulysses Luevano from Master of the Shine Detailing in Utah.
Of the
Well,
show.
nice. Well, Grant, we'll have to say hi to Ulysses.
Oh, man.
All right. And then Grant says, just want to say, you three and myself are the equivalent of Frank Sinatra,
Nice.
Johnny Carson,
Hey.
Ed McMahon, and myself, Don Rickles. What a great
Excellent.
group.
What
I
a
love those.
group.
I
Who
love
is
all
Ed
four of those guys.
McMahon? Man.
You know-
You don't know who Ed McMahon is?
No, who is it?
I actually fancy myself more of a Dean
Wow.
Martin, but
Okay.
Who is
that's-
it? Who's
All right.
Ed McMahon? What does he do?
He was Johnny Carson's hype man.
yeah.
He was the guy that would sit next to him and go, "Ah, yes, that is correct, sir. You
Basically, Andy Richter to Conan.
Okay, I can.
He's like,
yeah.
he's
Yes.
the really funny guy.
He'd get drunk
Hanging
and
out.
he'd just like laugh and
So
say stuff.
will they
It's
allow
great.
me to start drinking
I
in the
don't think
Q&A?
so.
I
Yeah.
kind of doubt it. All right, so thank you for that,
Dang
Grant.
it.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Those were
so-
some great episodes when all four of them would be on the show together.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Pfeiffer saying, good afternoon, happy Friday. Even word up from a hot 90 degrees in Minnesota. Did a full interior exterior detail on my ride last weekend. Coating refreshed with CTV3. Feeling
Nice.
dialed in. Nice, Dan. It's
Good
hot here today. It's
choices.
almost 100.
Yeah.
All right. And
Pretty
Umberto saying, hello, TRC team. What's
Hello,
up,
right back.
Umberto? Alex Duar saying, happy Friday evening, guys. After seeing Juan's dance video, I think an application to Dancing with the Stars is in the not too distant future. Enjoy the hot weather.
We will not.
Thank you.
But
Thank
thank
you.
you.
G. Davis says, bold claim on your part, Grant. Rickles is a legend. Don Rickles.
It's true.
Oh.
Travis here. Yo, from Alaska.
Nice. What's up, man? Brian McHale, I'm tired of the same company with multiple products that do the same thing. Yeah, that's just the world we're in, man. Lots
Now-
of products that do everything the same, other products that stand out. That's why we try and always pick the ones that stand out the most.
With chemical products, I understand. I was going to say, as a company that sells microfiber towels, a big reason we have so many towels is it comes down to personal preference. You can use a lot of different towels to achieve the same result.
Right.
But how you get there, it's going to be a different experience based on what towel you're using and what product you're pairing
Yeah.
it with. So
Well, it's like a lot of people go,
it's something to consider.
man, I was reading an article, guys or just a post on an article,
Yeah.
a post on Facebook in one of the detailing groups. Someone was like, I love this towel for every job. And then another person said, that is the worst towel known to man. I clean toilets with them. Another person said, they will never scratch paint. Whoever says they do
Can I play guess that
are
towel?
wrong.
Can I play guess?
Yes.
Can I guess
We
what
all
it is?
know.
And
You
then the
always
next person
know.
said,
it's always
it's
the
a great
towel that gets
beginner's
mentioned in
towel.
these groups.
Uh-huh.
But for the advanced, you need to learn proper microfiber etiquette and get a higher quality towel. These are great, but they're not that great. And then the best was seeing guys going, no, that is the best. The
It's
rest
so-
are overpriced.
Well, can I guess what
Yeah,
color
go
it
for
is? Is it? I'm gonna guess
Right.
kind of like a gold color,
Yes, yeah. Yellow.
yellowish gold.
yeah,
like
yeah.
yellow gold.
Costs about 40 cents, 38
okay.
cents. a
Euro,
towel.
not wrong.
Is it sold in a? I think it's a 30 pack. Is
Yep.
what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Named after
Okay.
town
It's
in
folded
Washington.
hot dog ways
Yes,
and stacked
hot
on
dog
top
ways.
of itself.
Yep.
Okay, and it's
There's
got
a picture
okay,
of
it's
an
got
Aston Martin
it's got
old
it's got
Vantage on the
it's got a
cover.
peephole. Some
Yeah,
would call it
peephole for feel. It's a
yeah. You
glory
can put
hole.
your fingers into
Yeah.
it, right, and be excited when you feel
Yep.
the fibers.
Yep.
And it has a tag on it.
Yeah, it has a tag on it.
Yep.
Okay,
It's an
okay.
80-20 blend.
80-20.
Black, white, and
320
red.
GSM.
Gotcha.
Overlock
Okay.
stitch, but
So hold on.
4 corner stitch.
So you're right. That is the towel that I clean my toilet with.
I know,
with. That
right?
is
That's, so
Wow,
it
what a
was
way to
just
get
funny
there.
though to see
that's exact towel.
everybody's idea.
Yeah.
I saw probably 15 different variations of people's thoughts
yeah.
And you know
on how a
what?
towel would work, and I said,
For
they're not,
each of
all
them-
of those people aren't wrong.
No, for each one of them, whatever they say their experience was, that's true for them.
Exactly, it's personal preference.
So
each
it
one of those people is
really
personal
comes down
preference.
to what you
Yeah,
want to do.
exactly. So
And that's why there are so many.
pretty
different
impressive, though.
ones.
All right, Big Sexy saying the
Bam.
Rupes yellow pads on the website. Are those new versions? You still have the old pics up, so I was afraid you would have sent me the old ones.
So we
Shervon?
we have the new ones.
We
so
have the new ones in.
the product pictures may have not been
We may still
updated.
have some of the old ones, I don't think so. It's been long enough now that it can't quote me
We've
on
been
that.
selling the new ones for a while now, though, haven't we?
We've been selling the new ones for a while. So we were trying to sell out old stock first before we replaced it to the new stock. That's just
Because
the name
otherwise
of
you
the
get
game.
stuck in that weird game of
So we did do that. So there was a potential. It's just a matter of Nate swapping the picture. He's got the new pictures. He just needed to swap them. So I don't know if it's an inventory
I would
thing.
call,
we'll find out.
Siobhan, I'd maybe call in and see if you can ask Rebecca and just say, hey,
They have different part numbers.
yeah,
They can
so
verify.
can you just look up this part number and see if it's the right one?
Yeah. Carissa saying, hey, I hope everyone has had a week as great as mine. Nice weather, easy cars, and good friends. All the best to you. Carissa, that is awesome. Thank you.
That
I
is great.
appreciate it. And I hope you've had a great week also.
And
Had
I
some
always
fun.
love that little profile.
I
pic.
know.
That
It's
avatar
perfect.
pic is great.
Nothing better than a black cat and a rag company box. Tell you
Cute
that.
cat, Radco box. All right.
Quotes, Flamel, happy Friday Eve, guys. Question for Dane, since I heard he's the go-to guy for tire paints.
Ah, yes.
What's your top 3 tire paints?
Duplicolor, Duplicolor, Duplicolor.
Tire. They
There we
make tire
go.
paint? I didn't even know that was a real
No,
thing.
they do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
For people who...
I
Who
discovered it a
overspray
week
their
ago.
tires.
Oh.
So my move, getting some opus,
No,
overspray.
Dane,
off
you
of
need to
some
stop making
rough-looking
moves.
tires. I'm making
Like,
moves. I'm making
You need to
waves.
stop making any
People
Fun
are
fact.
getting caught in the wake.
Getting pulled
I
over.
am gonna dust off those sparkly tires.
Fun
with
fact,
a little
Dane.
acetone,
So
and
we've
then I'm
got a
gonna
bunch
follow
of-
up with
So right across the street, we got a whole ton of cardboard. You should build yourself some shields.
Well, see, the shields would have been
cut
helpful
some
at a
wheel
point, but
shields for when you go to paint those tires,
Yeah.
so you can cover the face of the wheel that you just spent
Now-
78 hours refinishing.
now I am a master
Otherwise-
taper, so when it comes to taping off
Just saying.
surfaces, you make sure you clean off
Just-
that surface. I'm gonna
okay.
give a nice good time to sit.
I trust you. I do
clean
trust
that
you
up.
on that.
I can mask with
Except for the first time you didn't.
that
mask.
stuff.
Yeah, the
just
first,
not always,
First
but
time.
sometimes.
Yeah, it's just-
All right.
All right, Sergio Ruiz Lopez, what's your best approach on a waterless wash, specifically with O&R, rinseless wash and shine, and CarPro Echo 2? Does it mar up the paint or leave minor scratches? Which rag company microfiber is the best for this job? So basically, a waterless wash means no water, the water that's in the bottle that you're using. A rinseless wash means you're using a couple gallons of water in a bucket and you're
Diluted.
dunking your towels and submersing them. So you're using more liquid. So
I'd give him the same answer, though.
if you want to use rinseless or CarPro Echo 2, Echo H2O, or whatever it is, honestly, Eagle 350s,
Eagle 350s all day long.
I'd want
You know,
something
bucket.
like that where it's got a little longer pile. to it.
pre-soak. Do your pre-soak by spritzing the car down or spraying the car down with your rinseless in a sprayer. Then grab your towels that are in the bucket of either product, O&R or Echo, and fold them into fourths and wipe in one motion. We've got lots of videos on it. Easy to do.
The Eagle 350 and,
Don't use any
and
pressure.
buy 10 of them. Seriously, buy a lot of those towels because first off, when you buy in bulk, you get a little bit of a discount. But that's just a towel that you can't have enough of because even if you're not using those, for rinseless washing or waterless, like you said, have some extra Eagle 350s on hand because that can be your quick detailing towel. That can be your spot cleaning towel. That can be so many different things. And so I myself realized that I am running low on Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Because I have sadly been using them on jobs I shouldn't be using them
Right,
for
yeah.
because I just go to grab a towel and then I use it on that job and I think, oh no, I wiped with the wrong towel.
Right.
So now I need to refresh and have some freshies. We call them freshies.
Freshies.
Yeah.
Good
Freshies.
stuff. Have a sack of freshies.
Yeah. So,
So hit those up. Try it out. You're not going to scratch anything. Don't use a lot of pressure. Make sure you use plenty of lubrication, meaning a lot of the either O&R or Echo on the surface prior.
Great life
And then
advice.
soak it. You'll be fine, man. Don't worry about it. Carissa saying, why do some people have several sets of mats on top of each other? Do I clean them all? I have been, but yes and no. Depends on what you need to do. Honestly, the visible mats need to be cleaned. The lower mats, the secondary mats,
People tend
check
not
them
to
out,
look
see
at
how they
those.
are. If they're
Depends
not
on
that
what
bad,
they're-
don't do a deep clean on them. Just do a light cleaning on them, and then take care of it.
Yeah, as
Try
long
not
as
to
they're
make-
not like dropping particles
Yeah,
and dust and dirt
yeah.
and stuff, it's not really a concern.
Mr. Trollin 86, Anthony.
says, what's up, gents? Weather is heating up and finding myself fighting the sun while detailing. What's your go-to affordable pop-up tent that provides substantial shade? This is a
12 by 12.
Great question. It's
Not
a
a
12
10
by
by
12.
12 by 12 available at
12 by
Walmart.
Walmart?
It's
You get a
an Ozark
Walmart?
Trail.
Ozark
It's got-
Trail?
It's got a arched bow
A
on
what?
all four sides. The bow that goes across
The
it.
bowel?
Bow. B-O-W.
Bow? Are you saying bowel or bow?
We're talking
Bow.
like
Bow?
It's
nautical
like a
terms
bow,
here,
but it's a
bud.
bow.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just not picking up.
So
Are
it's
you
one
saying?
Next, he's going to talk about starboard.
It's
So
Curved piece of. It's a curved metal piece, right? So it's a scissor
Yeah.
bow that moves across, so it packs up and then it comes back out. But it's arched. One of the great things about that is you can pull a truck under it without hitting it, where
Okay.
the other ones are straight across.
Because I just didn't know if we were in a pan or Pam situation. I said, are you
Pan or
saying
Pam?
pan or Pam?
Pam.
Pam or pan?
Pam.
you spray it with a little butter
So-
spray and you're good.
Yeah. So 12 by 12 Ozark Trail. It's usually anywhere, depending on if it's on sale or if it's in stock, anywhere from 90 to 125. What's the matter, Dane?
Sorry, just read ahead. G.
Okay.
Davis.
So get that.
What? Where?
Grab
That's pretty
four
far
buckets, 5-gallon buckets, fill them with water,
Yeah.
tie it off. After you
Yeah.
set it up, it'll hold it down. That gives you ample shade. Because even though it's a 12 by 12, the top of the tent is like a 13 by 13. So it actually provides a little more. It's also adjustable, so you can angle it based
Oh,
on where
that's
the
nice.
sun's at. So what I used to do is I'd get two of those and I'd set them up next to each other, and now I'd have basically
tunnel.
like a 24 by 12 space
Wow.
that I could park cars in. And if the car was a car, like let's say my Elantra, I could angle one corner if the sun was beating down on me.
Yeah.
I could angle that side. And then that would help keep me cool because I didn't have the sun all on the car, and I could keep the whole car in shade. So play with them. But Ozark Trail, honestly, they're really nice. They work well. They're cheap. If you
Yeah.
want, and you want something that's going to last, and you want to add some branding if you're mobile, check out Easy Up. You can add branding. You can submit your designs. They can screen print it. They can do all kinds of stuff. You can pick different sizes. You can do a lot with them. They're
It's
a little
great if you
stronger
go to a lot
built.
of shows and stuff.
They're a little stronger built, so they're easier for setup and tear down because the Ozark Trail, after a while, starts to wear out. Bolts
Yeah.
get loose, things like that. So they're not designed for long-term use.
You
but
get
if
what
you
you
want
pay
to
for.
spend the money, make the investment, get that. But you need
Yeah.
shade.
Wow, exactly. So we have Neil White coming in saying, I saw a post on the TRC Instagram page today about buying PNS products while supplies last. Is there a supply chain problem?
What'd you do,
Neil,
Anthony?
TRC products while supplies last. I would never post
So,
something like that.
I think
In
it was
a-
our sale.
I was going to
Maybe.
say, in a normal sales post, you
Why
will
don't you
find
look and
this
see
on,
what they say?
on virtually every sales post ever. You will generally find an asterisk at the end that leads to while supplies last. Because if you run out of supplies during a sale and someone is like, hey, I want
Yeah, we
that,
didn't
I
offer
ordered that,
rain
but it's not
checks.
there,
Neil,
then you're not offering a rain check. You're making sure, like,
is this?
TRC Instagram page today. Top
I'm not
post.
seeing anything.
So, Neil,
quite
don't know
sure.
what that means, but there is no supply chain problem. We're getting products as fast as everybody else.
While supplies last.
no, I would say that is an extremely normal marketing term when it
It
comes
might
to
have been
sales and
on
stuff.
the sale, the Memorial Day sale, while supplies last. You get your
Oh,
sticker,
okay, yeah.
meaning we give you a
He might have
sticker.
said
No,
your
I wouldn't.
older
I didn't
post.
even say that.
Okay.
No?
I think Neil is making something up.
Oh, no. Or was he just trying to create drama? I don't know.
Neil.
But there's
Yeah,
no...
Neil.
Really, I'm just. I'm
Email,
not.
take
I'm,
a screenshot.
I'm not a supplies last kind of
Screenshot,
guy.
email Anthony
I
at
write it.
theragcompany.com because he's the one that
Answers.
writes all those
I
posts.
want answers,
Yeah.
Neil. Come in here. Come into my office, making these claims.
Cervantes saying,
I'm
what's
just
up,
saying it's quite a
guys?
leap.
What's up, man? And then Travis, can I get a second opinion on nav screen products? My first, though, is suede cloth and O&R. Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that's what I tell you. Just stick with.
Hans closing. It seems like we
Hey.
haven't seen Hans in far too
I
long.
know.
It
We
feels
saw-
like
he was
he's
here
just
last week.
been...
It seems like it's just honestly. I've been
We
feeling.
haven't seen him.
I am feeling
you
very-
have not embraced him for 2
I am
years.
feeling very disconnected from Hans
It's been
lately,
2
Yeah.
years.
and we
You
need a little
haven't
bit more
been-
Hans back in our life.
Everybody
Yeah.
needs more
You
Hans
know,
in the
like
world.
I haven't
been 2
had.
years.
Honestly, dude, I haven't had a stroop waffle in how long?
A few months.
A few months. It's been
it's
months.
dark.
So I think that's what it is. I think if we were to go buy some stroop
Yeah.
waffles,
Yeah,
bring
that
them in
box
with-
back there. Don't get your hopes up. That box back there is empty.
It's
That's
empty.
just
It's
for
a
show.
sad,
Into it a
it's a
long
sad
time
empty
ago.
I don't mean the
box.
Viper chairs. Those have stuff in it, but the
No.
Stroopwafel box is in.
But then hopefully we'll be able to see Han soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
You know.
Alex Gigovaski. Sup, TRC. My pops is worried about those little orange spots on his 89 Turbo Trans Am.
Oh,
I'm guessing
fun.
these are iron deposits. Is the best way to remove them with an iron remover? Scared because the car is older. So, Alex, yes. However, that might also just be sap or pollen that is crystallized.
You can try clay. You can try clay. You can try an APC just to kind
Yep.
of spot clean.
So if they're orange spots, usually they can be rust spots like that mineral deposit
Yeah.
or iron deposits. They could be what I call bee poop that's on there. There's also could be.
The bee poop is often a little bit more yellow, though,
It is a
right?
little more yellow.
More
The
yellow.
other thing is it could be starting to crystallize tree sap.
Yeah.
And I've had those
Tree
where
sap is
they're
orange.
little orange
Yeah.
dots,
Little
and you're
orange
like, what the
dots.
heck are these? And you scrape them off, and you get them free. So if you want, send me a picture, Levi@theragcompany.com.
If it's the turbo, isn't that the GTA model?
Oh, very nice.
Might
are
be,
very
Dane.
cool.
Kevin
Kevin D.
D, named after my uncle Kevin. Hey, TRC crew, how long C5 need to cure before topping it with that C2V3? Thanks. 30 minutes?
We're out here just stacking newer Corvettes
I don't
underneath
know.
older Corvettes.
I
and we
leave
just
C5 sit overnight, and then I top it with C2V3. So if I'm detailing something, I'll just leave it till the next day. Then I hit it with C2V3.
Yeah.
But if you're doing a detail, then you're sending the car straight out on its way, then I would just put C2V3 right before it leaves the door.
Nice.
Ricky
Cologne.
Cologne
Woo.
says, what's up, TRC
Streaming
crew?
live.
Joining the Q&A from 34,000
Wow.
feet
How are you doing that on the
somewhere
airplane?
near the
In-flight
northern
Wi-Fi.
Bahamas en route to the
In-flight
Southern Details
Wi-Fi
Conference in
streaming
Kentucky.
live content.
Look at that.
Honestly, that's got to be pretty
Impressive.
nice,
That's
right?
nice.
Like
What a baller.
I've never even thought about that. Hanging
know.
out with your friends
Yeah.
somewhere in
On a
the
flight.
air,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
Cool. Well, I'm
Really
glad we
great.
could beam.
I
I wonder
try-
if his delay is greater.
I try to
than
text my friends
everybody
when
else.
I'm on a flight and they don't
Yeah.
give a crap about
No.
me. They say, "Can you just talk to me later?" I try to text
So,
my wife,
Ricky-
"Hi, I love you. I'm
Yeah.
on this flight." She's like, "Okay, I'm busy."
See you when you
Yeah,
land.
anyway,
Hope you don't
bye.
die. I need to know if I get
I'm
your life
just-
insurance.
Yeah.
So, to all you guys wondering if they're going to see us, I got a lot of questions, a lot of
Oh,
people
yeah.
going, why is the Rag Company not at the Southern Detailers Conference?
Yeah. Why aren't we?
Yeah,
Because we
why?
got a car show that we have to do.
It's true.
170 cars.
Yeah.
And it's
Kenny's
not like
Rod
it's a
Shop
last minute thing.
debuting the Untamed Stang.
Guys, this car show,
1,000 horsepower supercharged.
it's planned very far in advance.
Yeah.
We made a commitment a very long time ago that we
did.
would be at this.
Yep.
So,
And that was just on our own.
yeah.
Because we're helping out Sydney Gwynn at PNS Detail
we had no
Products.
idea before
Also,
that we would have
We
project
got our homie
vehicles
Rennie
to
Doyle
take
here.
to.
We got Chris
Yeah.
Woolman. We got Kyle Clark. We got Bob Phillips.
You got
all
a
coming to enjoy the
Rogues
event.
Gallery.
Now, Keith and Prentice are going to be at Southern Detailers Conference doing that.
Yes.
But the Rag Company, it wasn't going to work on our timeline. It just wasn't going to work,
Sorry.
and so we couldn't do it.
Never
Same
say
reason
never,
we're not
though.
at the West Crown Rally. Too
Yeah.
much stuff planned for that first weekend of June. So
Couldn't be more true, Levi. We got Tom Kirby says, "Hello, all the TRC crew. Busy couple of days for
True.
getting the cars ready for the show
it
this
has
weekend."
been, Kirby. Has been.
Yeah.
Anthony, hello,
What?
guys.
Yeah.
A couple years back, I went
Oh.
to an OG training, and you guys had shown me what I believe was a microfiber block that picked up pet hair that wasn't out yet. Whatever happened to it? Wasn't a microfiber block that picked up pet hair. It was a for real.
No, it was.
He's
the,
thinking of something that doesn't attach to
Went
a
to an
vacuum,
OG
though.
training, and you guys had shown me what I believe was
He's
a
saying a
microfiber
block.
block.
was that?
We had a pumice stone.
No, it wasn't a
Yeah,
pumice
it
stone.
wasn't. And that's like
It
everybody's
wasn't a
go-to.
for real. It was a block. Are you
We
sure?
didn't
Because
have-
we
didn't
had
have
a
anything.
mitt.
We have a mitt.
We had a hair mitt.
We have a hair mitt.
that wasn't.
That's
And
it's an
the for
interior
real
scrub mitt.
was there.
Actually, what it
right?
was an interior scrub mitt.
Oh.
And we used it for cleaning up. You used it on your couches to clean up your dog hair.
Yeah.
That's what
yeah.
you were using. Interior scrub mitt.
It was the interior scrub mitt.
The interior
You
scrub
would
mitt.
That
use
was
it-
the first variation of it, correct?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you would use it to clean your couch. And you were like, look at how good it is taking all
The
this dog
interior
hair
scrub
off.
mitt
was
is like a
amazing.
2-part process, though. on its own, you can kind of collect the hair, but you still need like a vacuum or something
Yeah.
to pull it out.
The fur reel
Yeah.
just made it a lot faster. Anthony used the fur reel on his
It
dog. 'cause he's
basically
got
just
those beautiful
cut out
show
the middleman and
golden
went straight
retrievers.
to
Yeah, they're
it.
beautiful golden show dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't breed them unfortunately, but they're
That's wow.
They're
You don't
just-
have
Yeah.
you have limited rights, as the AKC call it.
yeah, I know.
Only available for show, no go.
Yep,
Wow.
exactly.
So.
We got Street Hildis.
St. Hilda's.
Saint Hildis says, "Hello, all, Germany."
That's not what that is. That's
What
Great
is-
Britain.
Oh, that's what that is. Sorry.
Hello.
St. Hildis.
Hey,
All right.
I
that's
couldn't
Lex.
see the flag. I'm
Lex
sorry.
saying, "Dang, those G-Tech kits are killer, dog."
sure are.
I know. Set it up to Dabbler. Let him know what's up. All right, Kirby Thompson saying, "Okay, TRC projects ready for the show."
Okay, then I got.
Not yet. No, they're not ready yet.
No.
Mine is.
We
The
are.
rest
We are mid-process. Whoop. Hold
Wow.
on.
Oh. Jeez,
All right.
Dane.
G.
Getting
Davis.
nasty here. All right, G. Davis, Ricky Cologne, try the hot towels and grape soda combo.
Wonderful.
Also, see if you can get some of those little Oreo bites or Chip Ahoy bites on that flight. See if you can get some of those for snack.
Oh my.
All right, Ricky Cologne says will do.
we got
Alkaline
Neil here.
saying.
Neil.
Oh, Neil says TRC. It was the TRC Europe post that posted about PNS products. Sorry, thought it was North America. Yes,
Okay.
that makes sense. While supplies last, because they get a pallet. What their PNS products are selling out so fast that they're taking the shipping is taking so long. Some of those orders are already back ordered and pre-ordered. So when they say get it while supplies last, that makes sense for Rag Company Europe.
But while supplies last is also generally just there so that you don't wind up in a back order
Exactly.
situation. So
Yep.
it's mostly just to protect you and them.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Dan Digna made it all the way up to Anchorage.
Yay!
Huzzah! St. Travis, where in Alaska? Because he's in Anchorage. He wants to hang
hey.
out.
Oh, now I got to go back another page. Jeez, these are jumping around. Here we go.
Ricky asking if there's any more unusual recommendations.
G. Davis has plenty
see
of
if you
that.
can get a banana. Just a
for
banana
scale.
For snack to
Oh.
enjoy. You want to make sure you got a banana sitting on that plane. Got to get that potassium in the legs
helps
so you don't
plug-
start
okay.
cramping up.
Helps plug you up
That's
too.
also
And it helps
important.
plug you up so you don't have to use the bathroom so much.
Yeah, long flight, banana's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Cameron Messina saying, I have a feeling Levi's is going to be the best one. That's because he came by and saw.
Yeah, well, he saw
Mine.
the progress that
Yeah.
had been made.
No,
yours
he saw
is
it. He was
definitely
here last week. He looked at
yours
it.
is
saw that it
well
was
ahead
basically
of the
done.
rest of us. Yeah, you're
So,
basically done
yeah.
already.
Dabbler says, we all look pretty slender,
We're
by
not.
the way.
We're
Thank
not.
you. We
Yeah.
have
Thank
not
you. We are
lost much
not.
weight. We're still, I didn't lose anything.
I've lost many pounds just sweating them off working in the hot studio the last week and a half after
Dang,
hours.
You did lose some weight. so
Yeah,
that's
no,
good.
I think it's showing in my face more now. So I'm not the short, round one for much longer, I hope.
G. Davis says Dane does his best workout jack stands.
Amen to
Ridiculous.
that.
Is it fine for the trim to get solution finish, then X on top? Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
After the WRX, you guys should get a TDI next and do the same thing.
Ooh, a TDI.
Turbo diesel.
I was gonna say
I've
that's
always
taking a
wanted
different
Volks-
direction. A
Volkswagen TDI.
I don't know. We were thinking of some slightly different approaches. Although the cheap car challenge kind of took its own route and kind of filled us in
Yeah.
for the next while.
I don't
But,
know.
hey,
Shine
you never
your
know what the
light
future holds.
detailing, saying, "Hey everyone."
What's
Hey,
up,
hey.
man? Cameron
Cameron.
Messina says, how do I file a formal complaint when I picked up my Memorial Day order? I got no stickers. It's all right, dude. I got one on my
I
desk
think,
you
yeah,
can have.
we'll
come
bring
by
you
and
a
grab
spare.
it.
Just come by
Donato
again.
Delapi, recommendations on phantom water spotting appearing after coating is curing and the solvents swell the paint a bit. We're using an IR lamp for curing, bringing out those hidden water spots after coating. Recommendations on adding water spots or making water spots appear. That's a tough one. Sometimes you don't know if they're gone,
Man.
and then they come back. And sometimes you think they're totally gone, and they actually stay gone. It can't really predict it. It's going to have to happen. So you're just going to have to let it go. You can try an RR lamp. Sometimes that's not what it takes. It takes like weeks for it to come back. So be careful, and you'll be able to do it. So Alkaline Dan saying, Levi, will you be arranging for everyone to show up at 5 p.m. on the same day once the vehicle is for sale?
That's pretty
That's
good.
so weird.
Yep.
I gave him my address, and they all just
That's
showed
my
up.
game plan. I
Who
want
would've
them.
thought?
I
War.
want them to all take turns driving it or riding in the front seat together. It'll seat a number of folks.
Maybe you can have some people roll around on the ground.
Yeah, somebody
underneath
show
it.
Ride
up
in the
with their
back.
wife and a checklist, and you both work
Yeah.
together to
I
like
will.
bring out
Well,
electrical
I've got-
testers.
I've been stockpiling the dog poop so I
Yeah,
can put it on the ground.
yeah, just put it on the ground.
underneath.
So we
If
can
you have
roll
no
around
idea
in it.
what we're
Yeah.
talking about, you're gonna find out more when the Cheap Car Challenge comes
Yeah.
out. It's a great
Oh,
time.
there's Dabbler going, those Vision Kit labels. I'm in love.
Hey, Ken's here.
Ken says, hey, y'all, what's up, Ken? How are
Hey,
you,
y'all,
man?
Ken.
Dabbler giving the high fives.
Yeah, he was
and,
excited to get the
Lex
props.
saying, woo. All right. So Travis says, Dan, my friend, I'm down in Soldotna. Ooh.
This feels out of context.
Dabbler says, my parents don't
They
love me.
do, Matt.
They
They
do.
do. They just forgot the T.
They're proud of you.
Basically,
All right.
Umberto
Doormat
saying hi.
Dabbler.
Doormat Dabbler.
Alkaline
Man.
says, oh, no, I got family there. Nice. Awesome, Dabbler. Ricky, Grand Ambassadors get those kits? Sweet. This looks like Umberto's got to, or Ricky's got to get one. Dabbler says, thanks, guys. Shine says, hey, Umberto. Dan Pfeiffer, we don't want you in Minnesota either, Anthony.
So rude.
You're the one who said, like,
you
oh,
didn't
who
wanna
wants to
go
go
there.
there?
Did I say that?
Yeah, and he was
I
just like,
did.
oh.
I'm sorry.
Wait a second. There was a follow-up. There it is.
Just kidding. You come here and beers on me.
Oh, perfect. Done deal.
And then Travis saying, sweet, hard to beat. All right. Despacho, thoughts on the cartoon Invincible? Haven't watched it.
Awesome. Really enjoyed
Dane,
it.
you really liked it?
I really liked it.
But as a Dane show?
No, like
'cause
this
you have-
one was solid no matter what. You just have to be willing to watch something that's
You just-
not quite anime and not quite fully Western animation. It's like, it reminds me of like
What is
X-Men in
Western?
the early 90s.
Can you
watch
give me
that.
a description of Western
You just
animation?
did. X-Men in the early 90s.
The style is different.
The style is different. Okay.
And you can see sometimes where they have to cut corners a little bit for production reasons. But overall, like the storytelling, it's actually a pretty interesting story. So
Nice.
I would recommend it to anybody who's like willing
Yeah.
to watch an animated show.
All right. Dabbler says,
not for the
Viper.
squeamish though.
And then bottom 36 says, a bottle of panel wipe says to avoid on smart repairs or resprays. How should I approach using panel wipe before applying CSL EXO on a car that has repainted bumper and some Dr. Color chip work? Cut it 50-50 with water, distilled water. Ken Jeeper, man, $25 Harbor Freight 8 stool works for me. Hey, if it works, it works. Anthony just has had to replace everything. Everyone that we've owned has broken. Here in the studio, everyone I've owned in my shop has broken. I found myself having to buy a lot of $30
So my
stools.
cushion, my Harbor Freight stool, gone. It's
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Like I sit on it. I'm not really sitting on a cushion. I'm sitting on a. Feels like a whoopee cushion.
Yeah.
It even makes a
But it's
sound
one
when I
of those
sit on
things
it.
that if you find yourself needing it a lot,
Yeah.
and you
Well-
realize, like, I look at it like my dad taught me when
Yeah.
I was a kid. The way he always purchased items was, and this is older, now you can't do it as much, but the way he used to see it was with like an electronic.
Yeah.
I'm buying a television. I'm going to get myself a television in this price range.
Mm-hmm.
The way I'm going to break it down is that I'm going to have it for the next 10 years.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And so if I'm spending $1,000, and I'm having it for 10 years, it's $100 a year.
Yeah. Are you willing to spend that?
And
Yeah.
$100 every month, it's going to cost me this much to own this TV for those 10 years. And at the end of the 10 years, I'm going to have my money worth. I'm going to have my ROI, my return on investment. And then I'm going to buy another TV. And maybe I'm going to want this. And so my dad is always like, that was kind of how he taught me to like buy stuff and look at stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I bought a 2006 Hyundai Elantra, brand new off the lot for $18,000. He
Sure.
told me it was dumb. That was the worst thing you ever did. Why would you buy a new car? You know what I did? Threw it right back in his face. Look at me now. I've owned that car.
It's still in your driveway.
I'm
Look
still
at me
driving
now.
it, and that car,
It's famous.
I've owned it for 16 years.
Dan, Alkaline Towpat, weigh in. How was it driving
Yeah.
around town while you were here?
15. Oh, now it's on its 15th year.
Uh-huh.
Paid 18 grand for it. So technically, that car cost me a little over $1,000 a year to drive it.
That is
can live with
amazing.
that.
That is
Right?
amazing. Yeah.
That's basically how it's broken down.
You really
Impressive.
put it to use.
I don't know, I've used the crap
Yeah.
out of it, and it's never let me down. So
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing. But I look at these chairs and other more expensive tools that same way.
Yeah.
If you've gone through maybe 10 stools, or I have a shop and my personal stool, I've gone through 10 of them
Yeah.
over the course of a few years, then it's worth putting the money into something a little nicer that you know is going to last, that is going to save your back, give you more comfort, be more ergonomically correct. A lot of things.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll admit, man, I've been through. I was at a, remember the house I would used to drive out to, and like Marsing, it would be like, like whatever it was.
That big house, the
big
shop.
house, and I had to bring out my stool with me, right? I bring my little stool,
Yeah.
my cheap stool with me. That was where I had one of the casters break on me.
Right, you were out in the middle
and
of nowhere.
it snapped. It wasn't like it was broken, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, do you know how much that threw off my detail?
Yeah.
Once that
How
broke.
many hours it added to your body to just
Well,
change
because
it
then I was
around?
on a knee. I was taking a knee on everything I would have been sliding around for, and it was just so tedious.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
and especially when you have a system, right? And if you're good on a stool, right? If you're good at polishing at a certain level on a stool, or if that's part of your routine, it becomes part of it, just like a detailer's helper belt would, right? And so, and especially because they make these things to where they have that tray underneath. I have to have a stool with a tray underneath.
Yeah.
And I know that you do too.
Yeah, I use the mechanics stool.
Yeah.
And it works. I find myself not using it as much
Yeah.
because I try not to bend over as much. I try to sit sometimes when I need it, but I still use it because I need that tray. I need the comfort of that. And I'm excited to try these out. So G. Davis says, I heard Anthony came close to making family in Paramus, New Jersey.
Let's just say I wanted to have ownership of that wing place. Right?
Oh boy.
You did. Neil White says,
not
Ken G.
Paramus. That's a different
I
place.
use
Never
it
mind.
all the time. It works just fine. And then, what else we got here? All right. Post Flamel, is being OCD a good or bad thing for a detailer? Honestly, I think it's a bad thing for a detailer because I feel you can get stuck.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing for a hobbyist and an
For a pro
enthusiast. It's a
detailer,
bad
for a
thing for a
hobbyist.
detailer.
Because you know
Detriment.
what you want and
Yeah.
you expect. But for a professional detailer, there are already enough skills that you learn in detailing that are just part of the job. Being OCD doesn't need to be a part of that because it can cost you money.
Yeah.
If you start chasing down that rabbit hole of paint and you realize that it's because your OCD is the cause of it, not the customer's OCD, that's kind of an issue. So it's funny because I am not, like, my wife sees me and she goes, "You're really OCD on that kind of stuff." And I don't consider myself OCD
No, it's like, oh,
on a
have
lot
you,
of that.
have you
I'm
met
like
real
you,
OCD?
Dane, where like, there's things on your car that you're just like, I don't care.
You
I'm
are
the same
much
way.
more capable of letting something go when you know that that's not something the customer even wants
Right,
or
yeah.
needs.
I
or-
also know that there's things that I don't want to clean, maybe.
Yeah,
Right?
and you're
Anthony?
upfront about that.
Yeah,
With
there's
people
stuff
you're
that I don't
"That's not
care about that
necessary."
Anthony, that you care about on a vehicle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that drive you nuts, that whatever.
Like up on the inside rear edge of a glove box that no one is ever gonna see, kind of thing, or just some
Oh,
like
A rock chip will ruin
nook
my
or
year.
cranny.
Yeah, rock chip will ruin
It
your
is
year.
a
Yeah.
ruined year.
Yeah.
If I see a rock chip, I say
Yeah.
the whole year's a wash.
Yeah, well,
I quit.
like the other day,
I
my
quit.
wife and I are leveling out the pool.
Oh yeah.
She takes the wheelbarrow, pushes it along.
Yeah.
Guess what she does with the wheelbarrow?
Oh, she chips a piece of brick on the house.
No, she smacks the side of the trailer with it,
Oh,
our tent trailer.
no way.
Rams it into the side of it, puts a nice crease in the side
Not
of the tent
on the trailer.
On the trailer.
On your
with
dad's trailer?
With a red mark.
Yeah.
Because the red wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Cuts her finger.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, dang it, I hit the trailer." Keeps on pushing. Gets to the other end. You know what I could do? I
What?
could have stopped right then and said, "Let me do this. Let me take care of that for you.
Yeah.
We got to figure out what we're going to do about this piece of aluminum that we just creased and put a red mark in." She would have been like, no, that's, it's an old trailer. That's just what it's going to be. To
no.
my wife, that doesn't care. The trailer still goes up and down. The stuff pops out.
But it's hideous now. It's
Right.
ruined.
Yeah.
Well, you
So
want to
what
see
do I
rock
gotta
chips?
do?
Look
So
no further than my
I
project.
don't look for
Carl
that
had.
fight. I keep
Yeah.
my mouth shut. I know it bothers me
Yeah.
because I see it, and I go, I better get rid of that before my dad sees it, because he's gonna be like, "Well, let's give you guys a tray."
Yeah.
Start banging it up, denting it all up.
Yeah.
But I could have stopped and gotten in that argument.
Well, that's
ruined my
what you
day.
do is you throw Carly under the bus when your dad asks about it.
Yeah, that was Carly's fault.
Oh, that's gonna work
kidding,
out
I'm
great for
kidding.
you at
So,
home. Yeah.
I'm
but it's
kidding.
that kind of stuff. It
Yeah.
didn't bother my wife at all. She just hit the trailer.
Moved on with her life.
kept
And she's
on
probably
going.
like, stupid trailer, was it in the way?
That's literally what she was like.
no, that's like
It's own fault for being there.
Jaguar Miata. I scrape on like some weird speed bump or something. I go, it's a fact of life. You drive a low car, it's gonna.
No, it
happen.
doesn't. Because I have never scraped anything, and I drive low cars all day.
mine or lower?
Dane, your cars are not lower than mine.
Dane's scrape frame. He's got spark blocks added to the bottom of it like a mini truck, so you can shoot fire.
Pretty dope.
It's because also Dane parks over the top of curbs when he parks the Jag.
No,
He
actually,
does.
it's perfect
Drives
height.
on top of
The rear sweeps up. It makes it pretty.
No,
It's
it
got a
literally
departure
go out there, look at it now.
crunches.
It's got
I
a great
literally see you park
departure
over the
angle.
curbs.
No, so
Anthony's
Anthony's hung up. I actually checked. I had 2 millimeters of space.
You won't when you put on
Yesterday,
your Mustang
it
body
depends.
kit.
It depends on the block that
Yeah.
you go over. But now that I'm adding a few extra little
Depends on
carbon
the
fiber
block
goodies
on the
underneath,
curb.
the blocks are
Nobody
different
curves around
heights.
the city.
No.
Some have been shaved
So what are you
down a
doing?
little
Just driving around testing different heights of the block by scraping and being like, well, that one's scraped, so I
That
won't
one
do
took
this
the
one.
front
Yeah.
bumper off. I
Just
better put
don't
that back
park
on.
on the curb.
No, I just accept it's a fact of
No.
life. And if you get hung
it's
up on
not
that
a
stuff,
fact of life.
then you're gonna
Doesn't
have
have
a bad
to be.
time. You need to be willing to let go. I
Literally
am
makes
one
no
with the
sense.
earth. I am Zen. Okay, so 69 live viewers. Nice. Thank you,
Yeah.
Alkaline Topaz.
Viper Chair saying, be prepared to be amazed, fellas. Welcome to the Viper Chair family. Thank you, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Travis, once you're settled in, Dan, let's meet up.
Yeah.
Dabbler saying Lex Garage is killing it. Viper says, ready when you are, Levi. Thank you, sir. Alkaline
back and
saying,
forth.
heck yeah. And then Kirby Thompson says, Levi, preparing to try Legend on the wife's Pearl White Lexus. Any tips to the application process given you did a customer's vehicle this past weekend? Yes. Cool temperatures. Low humidity. Seriously, Kirby. Low humidity.
And timing is everything.
So when I coated this car, it was 71 degrees in my garage with 28% humidity. Soon as I applied it, I was able to apply it 2 panels at a time. So I was able to do a fender and a door,
Yeah.
get it applied. By the time I finished, I grabbed my 2 creatures, short pile down, started wiping the fender. Just boom, 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 boom. Get it all off. Then do 2 panels. If you're increasing your humidity and heat, let's say you're at 75, 76, and you're at like 50, 60, 70% humidity, stick with 1 panel. 1 panel at a time. Get it on. Watch it. It'll start to sweat. It'll start to space out, basically, right? So it spaces out. And then you'll see the little droplets it'll start to create little droplets. That's when it sweats. That's when you wipe it off. But use creatures. So they make it much easier.
Jeez.
So, all right, G. Davis, please ban Anthony for not knowing who Ed McMahon is. Hi-oh! That's one of his catchphrases.
Show me-
also, Anthony, I'm going to take you outside in the parking lot later and show you it is not scraping.
It is scraping, Dane.
It is not.
It
All
is.
right.
It is not.
TRC Travis saying, sell me on these Hexi grid lights. Go to EVLBEE.
Where are you at?
EVLBEE.
Where are you at, Levi?
Right there. Right
No,
under
I got it on the screen. Oliver Taylor.
Kirby Thompson.
What the?
You missed it. It was before G. Davis.
It's okay.
You did
Okay.
Kirby Thompson, then G. Davis. You missed Travis
Oh,
asking
okay.
a question. So
Okay.
those Hexi grid lights, EVLBEE.com, evilbee.com. Go check them out. If you like them, use them. They're great. They're easy to apply, easy to install, easy to
Yeah.
work on.
They look awesome.
They look cool. So
Yeah.
that's all there is to it.
So
All right.
Oliver Taylor says Oliver Taylor says interesting stool discussion. I use a molded plastic one that you can stand on too. Add a drying tool for comfort. LOL. Drying towel, I would imagine.
Drying towel for comfort. Very
Okay.
nice.
Dabbler Details says Rupus came out with their method of priming their pads. Does KCFX have a specific method to prime theirs as well? Honestly, priming a pad is pretty much the same across the board on every brand. And some people prime theirs with a detailing spray. Some people prime theirs with like an O1R. Some people prime theirs with pure water. Some people
Some
prime
with
theirs.
product.
Some prime the product. So the pad priming approach, right? You have to think: are you priming a pad with product already on it? Are you priming a pad with no product on it that you have to prime and get product into it to begin working at whatever you want to work at? Because you know what I mean. Like some people use the 4-drop method, go in the same spot, prime it that way. Some people will simply put compound on and go straight into it. Some people put compound on, do a spritz of a quick detailer as a pad lubricant to condition and prime it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Find a method that works and
Yeah,
go for
it's
it.
easy. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
All right. Aaron says, like polisher, I don't like the Harbor Freight DA polisher because of the grip handle. My fine motor skills is not really that great when using certain angles. However, people like it. Get rid of that grip handle. Just use the top of it. Hold the
don't
machine.
twist
You
it
don't
off.
Like-
need that little side
But I like to
handle.
rev it, Levi.
Well, okay. Well, if
It's
you wanna
like a
do
little
that-
dirt bike.
If you want to do that for fun, then go for it.
Two
Got a
cycles.
two-stroke
One
plow
big-
pusher.
It's loose.
Okay.
So-
so
I don't use that handle. And I don't ever use a handle. Grab it from the top, hold it that way, and work it back and forth. You shouldn't have to have any grip on it, period. Just enough to hold it. All right, Dane. Ricky Cologne says, so is Dane a master taper?
I tape like a master. Yes.
Well, yeah.
Man,
Aaron
nobody
says,
wants to give
yeah.
me any credit for anything.
Alkaline
This
up
just
hat.
hurts.
Dane, you
My
are getting
feelings
credit
are
for
so
things.
hurt.
You are. You are
All
a
right,
master
Little
taper.
Fox. When applying paint and glass coatings, is it better to apply one before the other? Doesn't matter. Do your paint coating first, then your glass coating last. That way you can do it. So.
No.
Poets Flamel says Dane is the master of tire shine.
That definitely won't
Sparkly
irritate this guy at all.
Silver shine. Yeah.
They are shiny, just not the right.
Cameron Messina says, I have no doubt Dane can mask well, but he has to actually mask the tire to do it well.
Yeah, the first time I did it, my masking was just tape, and I went around it, but I needed my paper, and I did a test shot, and I'm like, I can get the stuff off the tire if I need to. Not so much.
Yeah.
The later ones, though, the later ones after that, you saw what I
Yeah,
did. They
yeah.
were very well
So
constructed.
you got compliments on some of your
I'd
funnels
like to think
that you
so.
built.
My funnels kept all the overspray
All right.
inside.
Umberto says also the black sponge for rentless
Yep,
as well
yep,
as the
yep.
Spectre
UBS. Is
420.
it back in
the
stock yet?
UBS. No.
Oh, dang. Do we have an ETA on that yet?
No.
Crap, man.
Hopefully soon.
This
G.
is the
Davis,
one I bust up laughing at
Dane's
earlier.
best masking work was in Eyes Wide Shut 2 Chicken Fried Love. It's awesome.
It's
Awesome.
still funny.
My chicken fried lust.
Okay.
Yep. There you
Wow.
go.
Oh,
That is
geez.
it. Yes, cover your eyes. That is not something any of us need to see.
Oliver Taylor says Echo's great as a rentless
Wear a
watch,
mask,
200
folks.
to 1. Correct. Alex says Dabbler and
guy.
Lex coming in clutch. Such great people I call friends now. G-Technic kits are killer. Such a great detailing culture. Thank you guys. Thank you guys
man.
for being a part of it. Ricky saying G. Davis laughing.
they're just dying laughing.
Berto dying.
Perfect.
Ivan saying, have you guys ever painted corrected jet skis? Yes.
That's
If
Joker.
so, what kind of pads should I use and what kind of protection do you recommend? Thank you. God bless you guys from Sunnyside, Washington.
Hey, Sunnyside.
So, yeah, you can use, it's just like polishing a boat. Jet
Gel
skis are
coat,
fiberglass,
right?
gel coat.
Yeah.
You can polish them the same way. You can rotary them. You can use wool.
Well,
you can use
you know
any
what?
of the G-Tech Marine kit is great for that
So,
stuff.
you know what? Honestly, Larry and Jason and Jason Rose did a video on a jet ski
They
detail.
did. You can watch that one.
on ammo. I would watch that. Jason passes out some great knowledge on gel coat, and Jason knows his stuff. So I'd probably say check out that video for any questions. I mean, we haven't shot a video like that on a jet ski yet, and I'd say in the meantime, theirs is more than amazing.
There's one
so.
there. G-Technic, Eric did one on
Yeah.
a jet ski.
Oh, did he? Okay.
It's simple and easy to do.
We'll shoot some boat stuff in the future.
Yeah.
and
Well, we
things
have to
like
get a
that.
boat first, Dane.
Yeah, well,
do you know
we'll work
anybody
on
with a
that,
boat?
Okay, We'll
I
work
need to
on
find
that.
a boat.
I love jet skis.
I don't
Maybe I'll
know
get
how
some.
to
I
for
want to
myself.
go on a boat, but I don't want to get in the water because I don't like swimming.
That's me.
Well,
Do
that's
you
a
like
problem.
to swim,
No,
Levi?
I don't
guys-
know how to swim. I'm 41 years old, and I physically
I'm the
don't know
big
how to
guy, and I
swim.
like swimming better than both of you. Really?
Yeah, Dane will.
Dane,
the-
I sink. I
Me
am
too.
like I get in that
Oh,
water and I
float,
am
but
like
maybe that's just
No, I'm like you. I sink like a stone.
I just sink. And people are like, "Well, did you ever learn how to tread water?" Yeah, for like 30 seconds. How do
Yeah.
people do that for so long?
I don't know.
You arch your back a little bit, and you can elevate.
Can you show me how that looks?
I'm
Dane,
not
can
going to
you
do
give
that
us
here.
Swimming lessons.
Usually, it involves lying on your back. That's always the safest
No,
way
but
if
when
you're
people
getting
tread,
That's
they
what a lot of people
stand
tell
in
you
water
to
and
do.
they do this like it's
Yes,
effortless.
yes. It's basically you're moving your hands and you're twisting it
No,
as you're going back
as
and
I'm
forth.
doing that, I'm
No,
sinking.
I'm sinking too. I'm
sinking.
drowning at that.
That's because
point.
you're doing it
I'm-
the okay. Think of like the blades on a. Think of the blades on a fan, and if you do it the wrong way, you're sucking yourself down as opposed to elevating yourself, pushing
Dane,
yourself.
I have
That's
tried.
not true.
How
Yeah,
can you do
yeah,
both
that's-
ways?
that's totally
How
it.
did they tell you?
I'm panicking.
Yeah.
Treading this water. I'm like,
Yeah, you're
this.
just
Am I
making
going
it
the
worse.
right way, or
So
is it
instead
the
of
backwards
panicking,
direction that I have to think
lay
about
on your
a
back.
different way?
Let a
Lay
little
on my
water
back
in your ears.
and drowned
You
on
will
my
Dane,
survive.
I get it in my mouth, not my ears. It goes in my
Dane,
mouth.
Children. I work with children.
I
Okay.
I am willing to have.
Actually,
Dane
no, that's not
teach
true.
us
Children know
swimming
how to swim
lessons.
better than
We
these
should
two.
do that, especially
So-
if we take over the next building. We can have hourly
Dane,
swimming
would you like to give us
lessons.
swimming lessons?
I will give you swimming lessons. That's
All
not a
right.
video anybody
William
wants.
Katana.
but
Hey, Anthony,
I'll
I'm
do
looking to
it.
get a 4Runner. How long does it take you to wash and clean the interior? I'm used to washing my sedan, and I can do it pretty quick.
So the 4Runner inside is actually relatively quick. Black carpets are really nice, so make sure you get black carpets with it. It's actually really fast. It's actually the outside. I hate washing the outside of the
It's just
car.
climbing up and
It's not
getting
fun
down.
to wash. You got to climb up on it. The surfaces are ridiculously big. The back hatch on 4Runners suck because all that water gets
everything
accumulated
goes on
underneath that rear spoiler thing, whatever you want to call it, and it drips down. If you're using hard water, also a nightmare because it gets between all the badging, gets in the grill, gets in all those other areas. Outside washing, I hate. Inside clean, I actually enjoy. I think
You
it's a
know
very easy car to clean
why
inside.
that spoiler causes so much mess on the back? Is because Toyota actually designed those spoilers specifically to
hold
counteract the
water.
effects of exhaust fumes getting in through the back window when it's rolled down.
So it sucks.
So it
everything on the
actually
top and onto the
brings
back.
in the air in a way that's gonna put all that crap on your back window, your back door, and everything because of the way it's trying to channel the air.
Yep.
So how can I just cut the exhaust off?
Yeah.
If you took the spoiler off, you'd stop getting it so dirty back there. I'm just saying. But you'd also get exhaust fumes in the car when you drive with your back window down.
Well, who does that?
Really?
So,
I'd rather have
yeah.
that, actually.
Yeah, if you like a little gas fume, this is great.
Makes you not the one driving.
Okay.
Makes things
yeah.
more exciting. Am I
I'm just saying. Look it up.
William
It's a
says,
thing.
yeah, washing the exterior and clean the interior. Yep. And then Oliver says, what's your favorite tape, Dane? I like the 3M 4340 blue tape.
4340. That's good stuff.
Do you know what that
No.
is?
Dane
I
goes,
like
got
I
a
like my
blue tape
3-inch.
roll.
I use the 3-inch blue masking tape for
Yeah,
most
Dane
things.
likes 3 inches.
Do you like the frog
Sometimes
tape,
3.
Levi? You ever use
I
green
use
frog tape?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't
fine.
stick that well.
Yeah.
I don't
I
think.
like
I'm-
the orange 3M.
I'm a big fan of the old school crepe
Grape?
masking tape. Crepe.
See,
Crepe?
the blue,
The tan.
the crepe paper. No,
Crepey
the-
paper.
You like
Yeah.
the crepe? You like the tan
Crepey
paper?
paper.
Blue,
Yeah.
the blue tape is really good for general purpose stuff. But if you're gonna get crazy, frog tape is awesome when you're really trying to get super
You know who makes the
precise
best tape?
lines.
The yellow kamikaze tape. That's some good stuff. So
You used it? I haven't
Yeah.
used it.
Wow. And on that note, yeah, so we'll go ahead and leave it at that. Let's take a little break here, and when we come back, we can get into more hot tape talk.
hot tape talk.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You know, that's what everybody
We'll be
wants.
right back.
We'll see you in a minute.
Hello, and welcome to a promo for our new series called Satisfying Saturdays. Now, what are Satisfying Saturdays? Well, I'll tell you. They're a little bit of audio, a little bit of video, put together in a satisfying combination while we do some sort of detailing on the side there, you could say. It's ASMR adjacent. So it's not going to be perfect ASMR, but it's mostly just going to be sounds of brushes and foam and water and detailing products. Just a very satisfying combination of all the things you love about detailing without any of the, noise that you don't want to have in there, right?
Oh, that didn't sound good.
Something you can just relax to, put on in the background. I don't care how you watch it, I just care that you watch it. So, that's really all there is to say about it. Check it out, I think you'll enjoy it.
Hey guys, Levi with the Rag Company. Have you ever wondered what it takes to turn a car from a 0 to a hero? Have you ever wondered, can you buy a car and fix it back up and then resell it for a lot more money? Well, if those are the questions you've been asking, have I got the show for you. That's right, we here at the Rag Company bought ourselves a project car, and over the course of the next year, we're gonna be doing all kinds of cool stuff to it. We're gonna be polishing it, we're gonna be cleaning it, we're gonna be putting new parts on it, fixing the wheels, fixing the interior, fixing the dings, fixing the dents, fixing the clear coat, all that stuff. We're gonna even be cleaning the windows, can you believe it? And we are gonna be finding lots of fun parts to put on, kind of personalize it, and make it our own. That's right, it's TRC Rex. That's what we've been calling it, and it's a pretty rad little car. And we're hoping to turn it from a 0 into a hero.
Hey guys, Anthony with the Rag Company, and have you checked out our Instagram? You haven't? You have. I'm not really sure, but it is arguably the most entertaining Instagram page of all time. It's hilarious. There's tons of cool towel posts and detailing products, and I'm not really selling this, am I? Not really? Okay. Well, it's a really cool page where we post a ton of sale content as well as cool pictures of new products and new releases and kind of everything we do there. And we also host the Grand Ambassador program on there as well, which is our take on a sponsorship. Now, to learn more about the Grand Ambassador program, just check out the link down below in the description, and it'll take you to one of the main pages that kind of talks about the program and what we do, but is ultimately our take on a sponsorship. And we've had plenty of Grand Ambassadors watching this show with you right now. So you can check out our Instagram in the links below. Make sure to check it out. Give us a follow. I think that you're really gonna like it.
Hello, and welcome back to Q&A Thursday, where we are amped up. We're having a great day.
Feeling good.
Feeling good. Looking good, so I've been told.
All right. Keishore Morale. Hey guys, the detailing industry is ever evolving, and we get into the pro line. I believe it comes down to the intangibles, which keeps us reaching for that one product over the others. Correct. Point is, if you get into the industry and you start working, you just need to make sure that you know one good brand name, one good brand inside and out. Doesn't matter if it's a pro brand, doesn't matter if it's a white label brand. You just need to know what those products can do for you and how to make money with them. And then from there, once you have that baseline, you can move up and down on that scale. You can start working your costs. You can start changing your speed, your efficiencies. You can find, oh, this product is like this, but it does this better or it does this worse. That's how you kind of work on it. So your intangible, I don't know, we all try and shoot for the same thing, but when you look at like what Anthony and I do here, we're never always just looking for the one product, but we're always trying to think of the one solution that a product could fix. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to bring to the table, is that we're trying to find the solution to this situation or problem and how best to address that.
Well, people have fun finding off-brand uses for products all the time, too, which is a totally valid thing. Is it always going to be perfect for everybody? No. But, hey, if you found something that works for you, I'm not going to fault you for
and take
it.
like Wowo's Quick Detailer.
Yeah.
Arguably one of our favorites.
Oh, so
right?
good.
G-Technic's Quick Detailer.
Great.
Works great. Paint Gloss. Works
Yeah.
great. Any of the Koch Chemie, FSE, QS, any of those work great. Each one is uniquely different for certain situations and certain problems.
FSE is very specific in how you can use it. It takes care of water spots in a way none of the others do.
Exactly. So us going, we're going to find the best quick detailer ever made. Well,
you're only going to disappoint
yourself. The one that we
yourself.
find may not work for you.
Yeah. You're going to wind up being unhappy every time because it's not the most versatile thing ever. If you can just find something that really works well for your given situation, that's all you really have to manage. And keep looking. Don't be afraid to keep looking. That's okay, too.
G. Davis says, the only person who doesn't want more Hans Closen is Peyton, the shoe spammer.
Peyton.
Weaver says, is APC rinsing safe for clear coat? Yes. Alkaline, my dad called me asking how to remove some stains left by the leaves that were sitting on the paint. I'm curious, what would you suggest? Some APC?
Yeah.
Honestly. Taylor Sorensen, what is your go-to for UV protection for interiors? Anthony.
Hold on.
Give us 411.
I just had a pulperino. I say that?
Yeah.
Pulperino. Rindo. Okay. I would say
Smells
UV protection. Good. I like the G Technic stuff. I like the matte dash. I think it's great. It's got UV inhibitors in it. I think it looked really good. You can also use something like Dynamic. You could also use... Depends on the look you're going for. Some people like literally, I don't want anything to look like anything exists on my plastics.
In that sense, put some O&R on it.
And you can also put O&R in. But O&R will have not quite the UV protection that you would want unless it was the wash and wax. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. There's so many different things, so we don't have a go-to. We like using Dynamic. We like using Top Star when it arrives someday. Top Star is really gorgeous stuff. I think Top Star will be probably one of my go-tos.
I think it's going to be amazing.
So, this needs to hit. Needs to land.
So there's a lot of great ones. We could do that. So Jolie says, do I need to wash the car again after polishing, or do I just do an IPA wipe then protect? You can do both. You can wipe it down with O&R, then do an IPA wipe. Just depends on how much compound you have to get off and how much stuff is jammed in your cracks and crevices. The other thing you use is steam. If you have a steam cleaner, you could use steam. If you feel like pressure washing your car again, go for it. You can do that. Just note that you are going to need to use something that's to dry, but it's not going to be able to, you don't want it to scratch the freshly washed surface. So that's all. Just keep an eye on what you're going to be doing, especially if you're going to be coating or you're going to be doing protectant. You could use stuff as a drying aid and be all right. There's a lot of different ways. G. Davis says, Dane once joined the Q&A from Cross Country Bus Trip, a.k.a. the 48-inch Club.
Well, I actually ran a Q&A from the back of a caravan.
Yeah, with G. Davis sitting riding shotgun.
Yeah, he was actually in the vehicle.
Oliver
Horrible
says,
cell service.
Hey, guys, what's your favorite tape? I use 3M Blue Low Tack. All right. Ozzy Bear says, do you know that you can Airbnb a teepee in Boise? So cool. My buddy did it for a bachelor party. That's pretty dope.
That's going to be a pretty big teepee.
Teepees. Oh.
He's like Garden
Yeah.
City.
Dabbler says, who was at Daytona with the sticker? Well, that was Dane's parents.
Yeah.
They went to Daytona for it was kind of an anniversary trip.
It was a jazz festival.
Yeah, they went for a jazz festival.
And it was
then they got
held
to
at the track.
Daytona Speedway.
Yeah.
So they got to go to that. So they went for a
Super
tour
cool.
and did all that. So yeah,
Yeah.
so they got to do that. Travis says, Ivan, I've only cut gel coat once with a microfiber pad and compound. Took a while. Depending on how oxidized, you may consider wet sanding. Yeah, you could do that. I would stay away from microfiber pads on gel coats. I don't like
Yeah,
them.
do too much
I
damage.
stick
Go
with
to
wool,
yeah.
to cut it. It cuts better. Kirby Thompson, will TRC have a display at the Southwestern Car Wash Association and show in Fort Worth? If not, contact me perhaps. We won't, Kirby. Sorry.
Nope.
G. Davis, Ricky Cologne, feel free to use the flying VIP name Art Shamsky, accountant from Akron, Ohio. And then Ricky says, yes, Anthony, I'm using that in-flight Wi-Fi. Streaming is
Nice.
surprisingly good. No buffering.
That is nice.
Very
Nice.
nice. Ricky says, will do. St. Hilda says he's in Germany.
No,
GB.
no. Germany, as in did you really just say that?
No, I
Germany?
didn't. There was no flag on
The
this.
emoji,
Yeah.
the emoji showed
Germany.
up on my screen.
But
It did
not-
not show up
it
when
not
it
show
goes
up
through the
on
comment.
this.
Yeah.
Thing.
Ricky Cologne, I signed up for a bunch of classes at Southern Detailers Conference, including one of Keith's sessions, I think, and the KCX ones.
Good.
Nice. Cervantes says, Levi's certain vehicle wins my heart since it was my first vehicle.
Ah, that narrows it
And then
down.
Travis says, as a TDI, I'm in. Nice.
All right,
All
I believe we
right.
go to page 2.
St. Hilda's 84 in the UK, wax stock detailing world. Very
Hey.
nice. Lars says, service, best regards from Lars and your favorite leather repair stuff, Color Lock.
Oh,
What's up,
Lars,
man?
how I wish I had your and Ram and Bodo and everybody's
so,
assistance.
Fun fact, Lars, I just told Dane, he's literally reupholstering his own chairs. So I'm going to say what? When I said, man, that refresh kit.
It literally
Color
would have
Lock
done
refresh
wonders.
kit.
It would have done wonders.
Done wonders. And cheaper than what he bought out there.
Yeah.
That stuff, waste of budget. What did you sell? You're over your budget.
Oh,
what
no,
did you
I've
sell
got it worked
to
out.
accrue those, Dane?
Basically, returned
Fun.
to Dash
You
Mac,
also
got
have your-
$100 off my paint job, got a few other things. So, yeah, no.
And you got
everything's gone into
$150
paint.
to spend at the rag company. You could have bought one of them kits. Mm-hmm. Knocked it out.
Well,
not,
actually-
not even added to your budget.
Yeah, that's not even added.
part of the budget.
Yeah.
Basically free. But nope. Never
I could
mind.
still
It's
do
cool. Let's just waste the budget on stuff.
Well,
We don't
We
need-
haven't. It's really funny. We haven't actually done our purchases.
I know,
yet
it's
for the
cool.
thing. We
No,
got to
it's
do
great.
that.
So, T. Carlton, love you guys. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Whoa, that moved.
Let's
go.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're right.
okay.
You're in the right
So,
spot.
Page 2.
All right. Ed, finally decided to increase my prices according to the area, and I've already scared off my first client. Kind of reconsidering my decision. When should I consider possibly dropping? Thanks.
No, don't.
No, don't
Don't,
fall
Ed.
for it.
Stick to it,
If
Ed.
that customer can't afford your services, then don't worry.
Diamond
Diamond hands, brother. Diamond hands.
About it. Yeah,
Hold.
don't, because
Hold.
Hold the prices.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So you gotta just stay true to yourself. Just know that if you explain to a customer, this is my price, and they go, oh, you didn't scare them off. They didn't expect the cost. So the guy that I just detailed his car,
Oh my God.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So the guy that I just detailed his car this weekend did not balk at the price. when I told him what it was going to cost to do his car. Not a problem. Perfect. Sounds good. My sister-in-law, when my wife drives away, explains to my sister-in-law, Levi just got paid this much for doing a detail. My sister-in-law goes, what? That's nothing. What is it? Why would he charge so much? The difference is my sister-in-law doesn't understand the level of work that I put in,
the value of the work.
and the value in the work that I did.
Yeah.
The customer that I did the work for.
Is this the same sister-in-law that
understood.
literally that underpaid you that one time?
Yes.
Awesome.
Not underpaid me. She just she cancels on me a lot. She wants me to detail her car,
and she wants a deal.
Cancels.
She wants
and
a
then
deal.
She always wants she wants the homie hookup, the family price.
Yeah.
And then she kind of balks when even if I say, I do interiors for $150.
And she goes,
Right.
"Oh, I can vacuum my car out for like 25.
Well, I tell her go do that, and
Yeah.
then she comes back to me and goes, I didn't have time to do it. I couldn't. But that's the kind of thing. Like, so it's just her perception of what she wants in a detail is different than my other customer.
Yeah.
And his perception of what he wants in a detail. So don't back down. Keep them. Because the customer that you just scared away, you didn't scare them away. They just weren't going to be able to afford your services, which meant they were going to be nitpicking. They were going to go, I had to pay so much for this project.
They're going to be more exacting and annoying, frankly, about how they deal with that
'Cause their
stuff
brain's
than
in the
someone
wrong method.
who's in that other, price range, that bracket. So just hold out.
You got to remember, when I had my shop, I had 6 detail shops within a 1-block radius of my shop and a full-service car wash with express detailing services. Mm-hmm. I did not care what any of them were doing and what their prices were. And if someone said the car wash down the street will do it for less, I said,
cool.
Go
Go
down
there.
I'm not going to worry about it. And
Bye.
I know being an operator, it scares you sometimes because you're like, I'm never going to have that. All you got to do, make a post on Facebook, talk about how you have some open spaces, and you'll have customers. List your prices, let them know what it costs. You'll find work. Don't worry about it. Try to stay positive about that stuff.
Yeah.
G. Davis, Levi, are you still ordained to do divorces and weddings at the MOSHQ? I met a single mom online who lives in Emmett. Apparently, she works at the Chimp Ranch near you guys. Wow.
That's just
yes,
all
technically, I
that.
am still ordained to do
Are you
some
still?
weddings.
Wow.
Wow.
I am not ordained to do divorces.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
so Dane, maybe
So
you
he's
someday have Levi as your...
half useful
No,
at the
so-
process.
Natron asked me to marry
Ah.
him.
Yeah, you
Next
did.
day, Nate, and I had to turn it down at the time.
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
So
He was pretty bummed.
he was very bummed.
He had to hire somebody from
Yeah, someone he didn't
Winco.
know.
Oof.
It was like a manager at Winco.
Something like
did
that.
part-time.
Yeah, he had
Ordaining.
to hire a person. He was not happy
Huh.
with me. It was a break in our relationship for a little while. I felt really bad. I cried myself to sleep a couple times a night thinking about that.
Harsh.
Do you regret it? Do you wish you would have done
Yeah,
it?
I wish I would have.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably would have meant more.
Yeah, a little bit more.
So,
Uh,
OGX Soldier Strife.
What's the best way to clean rainwater off of your car while it's still in the curing process from being ceramic coated? Anthony.
Oh, okay. So hold on. I have to read this.
You're
Hold
ready.
on.
You're ready.
Wait, what's the best way to clean rainwater off of your car while it's still in the curing process from being ceramic coated?
Rinse it
Oh,
off.
boy.
Rinse it off again as best as you can.
Yeah,
But basically, it's you as long as it's outside the window of getting wet.
Right.
as long as it's outside if it's outside the window of getting wet, then that's what I would honestly. I don't think it's gonna hurt too much just to
No.
go re-rinse it and then maybe just do a rinseless wash, just wipe it off. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
with
just,
O&R, it'd be
Well,
all right.
This is why,
think
like, when
OR
you
would
were
be
doing
fine.
gloss coat or something, you would have OptiSeal. You put it on there and shut it off as it, went through the
Yeah.
process.
Because some people will
It was
just
a way to
leave it
protect
on.
against
Some people will leave it on
rain.
and then just wait to wash it once it's done.
Yeah.
Once it's fully done curing.
Yeah,
but if it
that's fine.
bothers you that much, then I guess you
Yeah.
rinseless wash it.
Would PNS Soul also be kind of an option to do something along those lines?
No.
no.
All
Sorry,
right.
Dane.
T.
So,
Charlton, can a guy who's an enthusiast and takes his time do as good of a job as a professional when it comes to detailing?
Absolutely.
I mostly use car products with good rags from guys. Yeah, the difference is time. That's really the difference. It's the same argument I have for a lot of folks. Compare it to drywall or carpet installation or flooring installation. Could you DIY a flooring install in your house?
if I had the time to learn.
If you had the time to learn, you look at like Next Day Nate when he did his flooring in his house. Yeah. Beautiful job. But he watched every single video. He bought all the equipment, all the tools. He did it with his dad. He worked on making sure all the lines lined up, everything worked properly. He really focused. It took him a couple weeks working every night to try and get it done and on the weekends. Now, he could have had a professional flooring installer come in and knock it out in 2 days.
Mm-hmm. Because they've done it before. They have the experience. Yeah. You're paying for that experience.
It's like the carpet installation that you just had done at your place.
Breeze.
The 2 rooms, 3 rooms that you had
room.
One room.
They knocked out for how much, Dane?
It was like $150.
$150.
But it was done by the time you came home.
Yes.
So you left for work, and it was done by the time you got home. Now, had you done it yourself, you take the Tacoma, you go pick up that remnant.
Can't do things himself anymore. We have to literally say,
I can do them. They just take a very long time. It's the
You
difference
look at that.
between me and a professional is the deadline.
Yeah.
But
That
you could have
is the
you get a
issue.
carpet stretcher at Home Depot. You could have laid it out, cut it out with a knife, cut your vent, all that stuff, jammed it into the corner, done all the stuff that you needed to do with the carpet stretcher.
But there's a very
amount of
strong
time.
case to be made of what's your time worth? Do you want to do that? To me, it's okay. How many pieces of equipment and different things do I need to buy to achieve said result? Okay, versus hiring this other guy who already knows how to do it, will do it faster. I mean, it's kind of a wash sometimes. Some people balk at a cost until they realize how much other stuff goes into it, and you're going to be way slower. Unless you're just a naturally handy person. Some people have that gift.
Yeah.
And they are able to just look at something and immediately understand how it works.
Yeah.
And I envy those people, and they are good at that. But hey, we're not all wired that way.
Yeah. So
gotta bear that in mind.
you could do it, no problem. The other thing is find a good professional detailer. I always tell people it's good to take it to a professional to just reset. Reset the car so that you can then keep up on it, and then you can keep it nice. You may only have to do it once every few years if you want to. Or there's people who are like, you know what, I like doing it every 3 months, but I like keeping it up. I like washing it myself, but I like making sure that it's gone through properly because I don't have all the equipment. I don't have a shampooer. I don't have a steamer. I don't have some of the
You can
some of the
still
products
achieve the results.
that
It's
need
just going to
get a
take you
deeper
longer,
clean.
and you have to take different avenues to get there.
Yep, and you can also piecemeal it. You can say, hey, just want you to do the interior. I'll take care of the outside.
But at the same time,
interior done.
you're not running a shop. You don't have the
Right.
deadlines that a pro does, and that's what separates you from the pros.
And there's people like Anthony who don't mind tearing apart a car interior, deep cleaning it his way, putting it all back together. You don't
Kinda
mind doing
helps.
that because you enjoy it. You
Kind of
find it
helps if you
relaxing.
own more than one car.
kind of enjoy.
It also means that you got to have more than one car.
If you only have one car, it's not a great idea. All right. Chris.
Anthony.
Chris O'Grady, that's an Irish name, and it happens to be from Ireland. Hey guys, Chris here from Ireland. Need to buy a new drying towel. Would you recommend Twistress or Liquidator? Thanks.
Liquidator.
I love the
I'd
Liquidator.
go Liquidator.
Twistress was the baby for the name, but the Liquidator, that is such a great towel.
All right.
Yep.
40 minutes behind.
Awesome.
Dan Pfeiffer, CGV3.
Just yellow product
Brandon
names.
K.
I love it.
Hey guys, looking to update my polisher as a car enthusiast with one car, looking at the Grios G15 or G21. What would you recommend as a standalone polisher? A 15 throw would be great.
Yeah.
William says, I need a good rolling chair for detailing. Recommendations? What happened to be those? The Viper chairs sitting right behind us. Check them out. All right,
we're
Juan
gonna put 'em to the
Matamoras.
test.
Can the clay towel be used on ceramic coated car? Is the clay towel capable of a scratch and clear coat? Scratch and clear coat if you pass over small areas several times the pressure. Yes,
Yeah.
it will. So don't use pressure. Go lightly. Use lots of lubrication. You should be fine.
The product
the
does
clay
the work
towel
for
uses
you.
a very fine grade of clay, and it's probably one of the safest claying tools that there is. So I would just say, just lightly go over the surface. Don't apply a ton of pressure, and just let the towel do the work along with your lubrication. But we have Alkaline Trio coming in here
With a review.
a review. Levi, you want to read that off for us?
The high-performance machine has an incredibly comfy ride and has a time-induced lowering kit, but I'm legitimately impressed with the condition given its age. Levi takes care of it.
Wow, the lowering kit is
Yes.
really nice.
Well, yeah, it is a 2-inch spring lowering kit
Yeah.
by H&R Springs.
I think it was installed by Father Time.
But the struts
Yeah.
are 160,000 mile blown out struts.
Like I said,
my
installed
favorite
by
is how
Father
the
Time.
struts basically the top hat goes and extends
It
up and clunks and hits.
That's how you
things.
know it works.
Well, when you're
it
riding in the
does.
back and you hit a bump, you know it.
Yeah, Dane was riding in the back this week. He loved it. He had fun.
It was fun.
Held all 4 of us, 4 dudes in an Elantra.
True.
Dan Pfeiffer, what does being obsessive compulsive disorder mean?
Okay, are you one of those people who gets mad when people say ATM machine? Okay. Yeah, just
John Kaiser Rolls says,
Kaiser says.
how often a year should I do a complete decon on my car? You shouldn't really have to do a decon more than once a year. Obviously, the longer you can go without having to do a decon, the better you keep your condition, you keep your vehicle in, the better. But I find that most people once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grant Hottree says, Anthony's insulting Minnesota, you hockey puck.
I like that almost as much as calling people pine cones.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh,
pretty
You
great.
hockey fuck, I like
You
that.
pine cone.
Jason says, do you always wash your microfiber towels before you use them? They seem so nice when they're new before each wash. We, as a company, recommend that you wash your towels before you use. We can't, once they leave our facility, whatever you do with them is your thing. It's your
Now,
business.
have I just opened a bag and went straight into using them before? Sure.
Yeah.
But would I recommend it to everybody, not knowing how they're going to react if they just happen to use it in some very specific way that doesn't work out? I'm going to say wash them first.
Yeah.
So make of that what you will.
Dabbler Details says, drive in Mexico. I've never scraped my frame so much, and I used to have a bagged S10 that laid frame.
Just like Dane's
Lay that
Jag,
frame.
Lay's frame.
Lays frame.
Like I
Okay.
said, we
I
need
wanna-
to get
I
him
wanna
some spark
clarify.
blocks. We need to get him some spark blocks just for
We-
fun.
We have turned this into people thinking that I'm like scraping everywhere I go. That is not true. The main
Dane,
thing
every day
is-
that you leave your driveway in the Jag,
Okay,
Those
guys.
tips are scraped off.
So,
they're
Good
half tips now.
Lord, you guys. Okay,
$500,000
so
tips.
rather than making this into a thing, the visible portion of the bumper is not scraping.
I'd like
what is
Liz
scraping?
to go out and take a video of you pulling in and out of your driveway
What
every morning.
is scraping is the little plastic fin that comes along the bottom for
Spoiler.
they do it for aerofoil kind of thing where it's like for mileage purposes and stuff. That part sticks straight down. It's a thin piece of plastic. It's like a fin that just goes around the base. That does scratch my driveway every time I leave every day, and I have the Bridget curb ramps. The problem is where my sidewalk meets my driveway, that does not have a curb ramp. I just have the ramp for the curb, so it does touch. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not scraping all the time. There's just a death speed bump in Meridian that famously will do stuff.
We didn't scrape.
Just throwing that out there.
It's pretty good with the 4 of us in the Elantra. We didn't scrape.
Well, when
We
I can
clunked.
afford some airbags for the Jag, maybe I'll turn things around.
Travis.
Airlift, hit me up.
New microfiber towels are like socks. Despacha says Mexico literally has the worst roads ever.
I've driven into Baja. It's not great.
Glossworks says, what's up, TRC? What's the best way to wash and care for my bike? I got myself a iTrike scooter. It's my first bike ever. What are the things I need to be aware of maintenance-wise? Pretty much wash them the same way you wash a car. You can spray it down. You can wipe some bead maker. You can wipe some CTV3 on it. You can coat it. You can do a lot of stuff. Just careful around your brakes. Careful around your tires. In your gears and things like that. Just be careful. Don't jam a pressure washer into those. Don't heavily try and degrease a lot of that stuff, especially like your chain. You don't need to degrease that often. Just general maintenance, keep it clean. It's not that hard. Dabbler says, Despacho really does. I complain every time.
Cameron. Dane saying putting your front bumper over curbs is a fact of life gave me chills. It's not a fact of life. I rip off my $160 lip. Cameron, I haven't installed them yet, but I do have like $300 carbon fiber, splitters going on the front. That's not the part that touches. It's the fin underneath that no one sees nor cares
they're
about.
for a
That's
Mustang.
the part that touches, okay?
Phil Bloomer, hey, from Greenwich, UK. Have any of you used Infinity Wax products? No. Sorry, man. Cameron, Anthony, if you find someone with a boat, let me know. I got a wakeboard that needs using.
nice.
Alkaline says, Chris, my friend who was also with me, has a Challenger.
Yeah,
if you
Chris.
need something for boat detailing. Nice.
He loves those comments.
Phil, in your opinion, which works better, APC for cleaning tires or a tire cleaner? Sounds the obvious question, Seam, but I'm getting better results with Built Hamber Surf X HD compared with some tire cleaners.
No, Bill Hamper makes good
sense.
stuff.
I think Surf X is a higher pH. I think it's like an alkaline side. G. Davis says, thumbs up if you want to see the suits optional TRC swimming video.
Oh no, everybody's gonna downvote this video now.
Chris K says, after wiping a ceramic.
Okay.
Ricky says, Dane's right. Lie on
I
your
like
back
this.
if you're tired. Especially in the ocean saltwater. It's super easy since it's denser than fresh water.
Yes, saltwater
I don't
does
believe
help.
you. I can't swim. All right. Mike C is Kosh Chemi EU safe for trim and fender wells. For fender wells, wiping like tar and stuff, yeah, it's fine.
I would say compared to some other tar and glue type remover
I'd
stuff,
say that
it's
EU's
less
safe for fender
aggressive
wells,
than
yeah.
some of the other ones we've tried.
Shelby says, can any of the PS coatings be applied over sole? My truck is coated in sole, and I think I want to upgrade to Inspiration eventually.
No need to start
Honestly,
over.
Shelby, it should wear off pretty good in a year, and honestly, you can just lightly polish it.
And then you can put Soul on top of what you
Yeah,
use.
sole's more of a topper,
Yeah.
so yeah, you should be good.
Sean.
Hey guys, finally watching and listening live. What's some good pants to wear while detailing, especially during the summer? Lightweight. I like my Action Man pants. That's
Tech
what I wear.
pants.
There's tactical style pants. There's tech pants. They breathe. They stretch.
Yeah.
If you're looking because you need to wear pants, I used to not wear pants during the summer. That's my thing. Like to walk around in my shorts. So I always try to find something that's breathable, something that dries fast. So you can
Yeah, you
look
might
at-
get sprayed with a chemical or water or something. It'd be
yeah,
like,
you get
oh,
wet,
great.
you know, any of those things. So I have a number of different types of styles of shorts that I wear.
Yeah.
Usually what I would try to do is if I found something that I liked, I would try and talk my guys into it. Matt
Get
was
them
a
all
big
on board.
fan of my guy Matt was just a big fan of Dickies. He
Dickies,
just
yeah.
wear them all the
Yeah.
time. He liked them because they were durable, but I had a problem where I just didn't like how hot they were. So I always needed
Yeah.
something that was a little more breathable, a little thinner.
Well, Dickies
Some
are
of
a little
those-
bit dense. The canvas material
They're
is a little
very
more
dense in
yeah.
canvas.
Well, like some of those
So-
tech pants, you got to be careful. Some of them are like fleece lined.
Some
like
of
they're
those-
designed for
well,
like use in the winter.
Dane,
and
they
it's,
say
well,
fleece lined on them.
Yeah, so make sure you don't get those.
Don't
in
buy
the
those.
summer.
Dane wears those for the wintertime. I
like
can't
'em in
even
the
wear
winter.
those in the winter. I get so hot.
So I prefer basketball shorts.
That is a
So
Anthony
I can't
staple.
because I used to have to keep stuff in my pockets, so I don't.
There's
like
not
wearing
enough
basketball
You can still wear a
shorts.
detailer's helper belt over the top
Okay,
of the basketball
yeah.
That
There you
does
go.
make a difference. What you don't want, basically, is a bunch of loose stuff just hanging around.
So-
loose fabric with like buttons and metal stuff, things that are gonna hit stuff, things that are gonna drag on stuff. You don't want
Well,
that.
I'm looking for max flexibility, right?
Right.
So if
When
you're
I
showing up
am-
to work looking all goth, you got to kind of be careful.
Yeah,
about
when I
that.
am leaning into a vehicle where I'm stepping in,
You don't
I
need
also
to
want
lean
soft
into it.
surfaces.
Don't lean
soft
on the
surface,
car.
Soft surfaces. When I'm leaning
Don't
into
touch
it
the
and I'm
car.
doing push-ups
Don't
off
put
the
do
side of
push-ups
a
on the
vehicle.
car.
Well,
What?
like if you're just walking
It's
into
not
the
what we're supposed
detail
to do.
shop and you just finished your gig as a basis
like
for a
guys
hunk
saying-
band, chances are you're probably gonna have to adjust.
I don't
some
like wearing
clothing.
belts because I don't want my
Yeah.
belt buckle rubbing all over the car. Don't put your crotch on the car.
Well, Levi.
Great
okay,
advice.
Well, Levi.
Great.
Very
advice.
simple.
Well, you also shouldn't be detailing with your wedding ring because you're going to scratch it.
You're not gonna scratch. I'm never putting my hand flat on the surface of the car enough that
Well,
my
Levi,
wedding
there,
ring is.
There's
Levi,
usually- at
there
most
could
there's
be
a
an
towel
accident where you fall into the clear with your ring.
It's true. That is true. I could fall into the clear. I gotta be careful.
Also,
about that.
for all the
So,
guys who complain
that
about
is
people
something that
wearing
happens.
watches when they're detailing, just get a watch band that won't leave marks like a rubberized
well,
watch band.
you,
You're
are
fine.
you rubbing your arm?
Right, yeah. Who's
so
who's
hard that your watch
detailing
band
with their
is
wrist
sticking?
like that? That's
I
not
never,
really.
I'm always like this, so I don't understand these people that go, "I got to take off my rings, my
well,
watches, all
you
this
see,
stuff."
Levi, it's for the folks
I walk
who
around with keys attached to my hip
Okay.
all the time.
for the folks
okay,
at home who watch
Listen,
it for
the
you, leave
only
a
people that
comment.
I recommend doing this are going to be new people.
Right.
That's
okay.
it.
Yeah,
Once
all right, that's
you've
fine.
established
For when you're
muscle
when you're
memory,
new,
I've
or
been touching
or
cars
you're
for
fine.
27 years.
if you're new, or if you're establishing how to detail a car, if you're trying to teach somebody about something, then yes, that information is useful. It's helpful because they may not know that and they may make the mistake, right?
True.
And so, but for everybody else as a professional, don't worry about it.
So
That's
you
it.
can wear basketball
Maybe.
shorts.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what I wear in the weekends when I'm working at home.
Levi, I see you working out. I see you detailing in pajamas. I've
do.
seen you out there in the wintertime. You literally have pajamas that are like quilted, and you'll be out there
Sometimes,
detailing.
Sometimes.
So anyway, Seth Price is here saying,
LSHQ.
I have a razor coming in for a coating next week. I plan on using Halo and C2V3 to spray what I can't get to. Do you think this is acceptable or go with something else? How does it hold up? What say you guys?
Yeah, you could do this. Also, you could also
Solution finish.
No, I don't know. You could use solution finish on the black plastics.
Yeah.
CTV3 to spray what I can't get to. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine, Seth.
Yeah.
You're in Boise, it's fine.
I was just thinking of razor on other stuff. Yeah. I mean, that's what
Ricky
we do.
says, "Oh, I finally got around to using PSS. Gotta admit, works very well on tires. It smells good too. Weird, right?
True.
Yeah,
You like the smell of it?
it's got a funny smell.
yeah,
It
it's
smells-
funny
It's
smell.
a particular smell, but if for the kind of people who like smelling, I don't know, it's people who sit at a gas pump and are like, gasoline.
Oh, I love the smell. You like Sharpies, Dane? You like Expo markers?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Some
You
brain
ever
cells
paint
are gone.
chips as a kid?
Umberto says
I like
he
movies
likes
about
to use
gladiators.
floaters. Said I would use floaters on my arms. Ben says, "What's the best way to clean polishing pads? Throw them in the wash with some rags to riches."
Yes.
Honestly,
Yep. I think that's a
Chris
great way to do
K,
it.
after you towel creature, wipe off ceramic application. Is it safe to use after washing it? Wash with rags to riches? No. If you're using Legend and what's the other one that EXO or CSL that hardens on the towel pretty good? CSL. Legend will crystallize hard on
CSL
that.
hardens pretty good.
I
I also
don't
say
recommend
C1 hardens pretty
C1
well.
hardens
C1.
very much. Those towels, if you want to wash them, keep them wet. As soon as you wipe off and you switch to the next one, put them in a bucket of water or a little bucket with some R2R in it to help try and pull some of that out. But
You're probably not going to get it all.
yeah, man, I had some towels I left out just for
You
fun on
do?
Legend. They are crunchy.
And
You
you are
broke 'em in half,
never
like
going to
a bed
want to
sheet,
use
right?
those
Break
You
them in
literally
half.
broke
on your
them in
paint
half.
Break it in half.
again. Maybe a door jam towel at best.
Yeah.
Barely even
Even
that.
then,
like,
though,
if
you
they're
have paint in
if
your
they
door
dry
jams,
and
yeah.
harden, there's no coming back from that.
But if you're using a towel on like your tires or your wheel wells, sure.
yeah, some towels, the coating's never really fully dry in the towels, so it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But be careful.
There's just so many solids in Legend and stuff.
Legend
It's-
has so much. So if it's
One of
Legend,
my famous
don't.
lines, I better go before this dries.
Yes.
So moving on to the next one.
Stick with two
Yoshi
C's.
here
Okay, Yoshi.
says, hopefully Dane's new fancy Miata turns out half as nice
It's on
as
its
his
way.
Miata.
It's well
You know,
on
I
its
see
way.
it driving around town sometimes, and I think that was a good-looking little car.
Yeah.
Even
it's
Glenn
covered in
looked at it, and was like,
overspray.
"Wow, that's a Miata. It looks so different from Jimmy's." I'm like,
Remember
"Yeah,
how much
it's
black
pretty
overspray
cool."
was all over that car?
So there was black overspray on there that had the Mopar fender stripes, which was interesting.
No, those are not Mopar stripes. Those are fender stripes. A classic
No,
racing
those are called
heritage thing.
Grand Sport
The
stripes.
dum
Grand
dums,
Sport stripes? Oh,
who,
yeah.
the dum dums who
Corvette
put
stripes.
on
Corvette
the
stripes, yeah.
Grand Sport stripes, who put those on, and they put them on both sides, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, and
That's
if you're
not
doing
how
it on
works.
an element, you're doing it way wrong.
Yeah. But once again, if you're gonna do it on an element, put it on one side.
Dane Adam on his element.
You gotta be smart. You only put it on one side. That's the move.
Oh,
Also, it's
Dane.
plasti dip, which is its own conversation.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
That's on the element.
All
The
right.
Miata was paint.
My favorite was that I polished that whole
brown.
car out looking great, and then Dane spray painted the whole thing in black paint.
Yeah, well, he used like a high texture. I don't know what it was. It looked like tractor
oh,
paint.
Lord.
Oh yeah.
That was good stuff. It was good stuff. You got it
I
from
just
the
go out there and get her
paint shop
done.
next door.
You know
All
what?
right,
You have a
Ryan
vision and you
saying-
go after it. I respect that.
Sometimes I lose my vision.
Hello from Australia. Out of curiosity, how long can I leave my towels in R2R? I generally only have enough towels to do a full wash every 2 weeks, but can I leave my R&R towels, my towels in R&R for that long? No, I wouldn't recommend it. So I try and wash them as frequently as you can. I know you can't. You try to do a full wash every 2 weeks. You may have to cycle that down and do a couple smaller ones, but be careful. G. Davis says that was not the last time Dane and him will share a minivan.
Oh,
Hashtag father and son
no.
night at the Spearmint Rhino.
You take that winky and
Oh,
you take
man.
it right back.
That's
to
good.
my
Also,
face.
how do
No,
I get
thank
my
you.
towels to stop linting? I've tried tumble drying a million times. My eagles and creatures always seem to lint when applying sealants and drying aids. So, Ryan, you may actually have just a bad towel. This is where multiple washes and multiple loads are going to work for you. You've got to split those towels. Split that up into 2 loads, wash them, check and see if they're still linting. Each load 1, load 2. If load 2 is linting, split that up and do 2 separate washes, and then find what 3 and 4 are doing. Keep going down process of elimination until you find the towels that are linters and the towels that aren't linters. Split them up, throw those linters away, and or mark them somehow, and don't let them enter in the general population again.
Yep.
Dabbler. Also,
Dabbler.
sister-in-laws are just annoying people. My sister-in-law is so sweet. Both of them. They're just great people. It was just, you
Just don't talk
realize
business.
you realize what where their priorities are.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's not
they
cars.
they don't think about, oh, I want to get that. When they bought their car brand new, they wanted me to coat it. When I told them how much it was, they were like, I said, all
guess
right,
I
you come
didn't
help me
want
do
that.
it. Come help me do it. I'll teach you how to do it, and you could do it. They didn't. They didn't want to. That didn't seem like that big of a deal for them. And running through a car wash every week is much more convenient and easier for them. So okay, cool, perfect.
St. Hilda's.
Great advice, guys. Name and products effectiveness plus business relative. A cheaper customer is not in your niche. Aim high. Nice. Thank you, man.
All right, back to page 1.
Yep.
Oh,
And then
okay.
Bonham, how would you dilute power clean in your IK foamer for engine bay cleaner?
So I'm going, and the IK foamer, you're on 10 to 1 because anything thicker than that, you're going to probably have issues with. And I always say 10 to 1 all day. Basically, power clean, how I would do this is I would foam the majority of the engine with power clean at 10 to 1. And then having power clean at roughly 3 to 1 or maybe even 1 to 1 depending on how bad it is, you can spot clean certain areas. So I actually did this with Green Star the other day in the same fashion. So go over the entire thing, and any areas that have a massive buildup, I'm spraying out of the spray bottle power clean or Green Star or something like that at like a 3 to 1 dilution or a 1 to 1 dilution, and having that start to work those areas while I can start to agitate the foam at that 10 to 1 dilution everywhere else. So I'm just simply trying to say your entire engine bay does not need the highest concentration of power clean. It just doesn't need that. There's a lot of surfaces there that'll clean up literally with a quick detailer. So try to go into that by getting the APC on there and just getting it everywhere you want it to be, and then anywhere that's extremely stubborn, focusing on that at a higher concentration.
Yeah,
Does that make
there you go.
sense,
That
Levi?
works. Yep.
It does.
Jeff C says, Levi, what is your $150 interior detail included? How long does it take you on average? Depends on the car. Most, like let's say my Suburban would probably take me about 2 hours to do the interior. You can find this on our webpage. You go to theragcompany.com, search the FAQ on theragcompany.com, and I have a full list of my step-by-step procedures on how I detail a car, start to finish, broken down by the whole thing from the wash to the interior to the exterior. But basically, I blow out the interior with compressed air. I dry clean the carpets, meaning I use like Carpet Bomber and Terminator. So I'll pre-spray with Terminator, and then I'll let it sit. I'll come back around. I'll spray it with Carpet Bomber. Take the carpet brush, agitate the carpet, agitate the seats, do the same thing on the fabric seats, and then I clean all the plastics, leather, and vinyl, door panels, dash, center console, seats, everything like that in one go. Headliner with O&R, blow out all the cracks and crevices. I use compressed air primarily for cleaning. I don't really use a lot of brushes other than scrub brushes. I don't use the Detail Factory brushes to clean door panels. I use the horsehair brush to scrub, or I'll use the VLB. And then I clean my glass. I blow it all out. I spray dynamic dressing at 10 to 1 on the interior, all the plastics, leather, and vinyl. Start on one side, spray everything, come back around, blow everything out with a towel damped and lightly sprayed with dynamic, and I dry everything and blow everything out, then do the windows, and I'm done. So it doesn't
so
take
bad.
that long, and then I do a final vacuum at the end.
So
Yeah.
usually, how long would you say
It's
it
about
takes,
2 hours on a big vehicle.
2
It's about an hour and a half on a small vehicle.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at with that.
There you go, Jeff.
But I'm fast.
MD Studio says, where can we ask questions?
Right,
You just
here.
did?
Right here,
Right
and you
there.
just
Yeah.
did. Thank you for your question. I just did interior for a neighbor college student, Saturn View, not trash, just normal dirt. Took me 6 hours because I don't have an extractor or steamer. I didn't use an extractor or steamer on any of those. I now have a steamer, and that seems to have added time.
Has it?
Slowed me down.
Slowed you down?
Yeah. MD says, much did you charge, Jeff? G. Davis asks, will Blue Bead Maker return? Possibly in the future. We don't know.
I wish.
Adam Bell, how do you know when a foam polishing pad needs to be thrown out? Well, it starts to delaminate in the middle. It starts to cake in the
It
middle.
starts to
they call it.
delaminate. You start missing pieces of foam off of it. It starts
It's
to
too squishy. It
the
doesn't
in-
have
the-
its rebound.
The inner part of the pad is starting to deteriorate, or it's experienced too high of heat, so it looks like it doesn't look
It's
right.
depressed.
Yeah, it's compressed. Yeah, so you would know once you start seeing something where it's time to retire it.
Mert, which one do you prefer, wax or ceramic? Depends on the application. Depends on what I'm putting it on.
Yeah.
On a car like my dad's car where all he wants to do is wash it, and I'm the one that's going to have to finish it out, I'll put ceramic on it just because it's easier for him to wash.
Sure.
If it's a car that I just don't want to wax yet, or I don't want to coat yet, then I'll put some wax on for protection in the time until, like my wife's car doesn't have any coating on it at the moment. It's only bead maker. And so I've been applying a lot of bead maker every week just because I know there's no ceramic on it to help protect it. So that's it. MD Studios has a question for Anthony. Which steamer would you recommend?
I would go with McCulloch 1275. I think for the price, it's one of the best little steamers that you can get. That's
a
it.
good little
Fun
unit.
fact.
Yeah.
Your friend All Day Anthony uses that in one of his videos.
Yeah,
And
there's a
you
really
can
good video.
Click
where
on
he-
that Amazon link on that video.
Yeah.
That's how I got mine because you told me to go there,
Yeah, help him out.
help him out, and I thought, man, that'd be a
Just
great
supports.
idea.
I don't
you
know. He seems like he's
support.
doing pretty well. He's
Well,
got like
you know what? I like to
few
support
cars
those who
now.
support me. So I picked up a McCulloch 1275 off that same link.
Wow.
Well, you know,
So
I'm
go to the
glad.
All Day Anthony YouTube channel,
Cool.
and there's a video where he's doing the, I think it's called like interior detail on the Civic or
Yeah,
something,
something like that.
The
I don't
most
know.
in-depth interior detail.
I haven't watched his videos in quite
Something
some time
like that.
now.
But
That's where
but
Levi learned all his
in
skills
the-
was from those
No,
all
he
day
didn't.
and
I
the
didn't.
videos.
No, I
Yeah.
critiqued that video
Oh.
very hard.
Oh, jeez.
No, but
Got some
you can
fighting
click on the
words for
link
that
and
guy.
get that steamer, same steamer that All Day Anthony uses. Pretty
Wow.
cool. I bought one because I wanted to be cool like that. So
Okay.
MRT says, hey, can I use a Koch Chemi FSE on all external surfaces such as plastic, glass, chrome, headlight, taillight? Has a little bit of acid. The pH is 4.5. I'd stay away from glass. You can use it on plastic, chrome, headlight, taillight, totally fine. I'd just stay off the glass a little bit. Spray it on the towel, wipe the glass, wipe it back off. G. Davis, Dane wore the detailer helper belt with basketball shorts to the
man.
ladies of Meridian Cinco de Mayo party, and we know how that ended.
We do.
See, the thing is it's funny because like if there was something that involved the town of Meridian and like a downtown formal Cinco de Mayo thing, I wouldn't be surprised to see Dane there and say, "Wow, he's really a big part of
Yeah.
the community."
Helping him
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
I love my town.
Car parlor detail and say an apron. Dan Pfeiffer, Dane may be the prince of TRC, but is the king of bumper butt hurt.
I mostly just wanted to make sure people didn't think it's literally an everyday occurrence or something. You see it a few times and it
Dane, we
becomes
don't
this
think
meme.
so.
Also, it's bump hurt. Get it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. David says, Levi sold my boss on O&R
Nice.
just in time. Money and water savings. Cuts 10 minutes at least off a car.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's funny how many body shops, once they start learning about O&R, they start using it. Our own friend Sean McNally,
Yeah.
he was like, man, I just want to be able to wash these cars off without busting out a hose to get some of this body
It's
dust
this
off.
mental
The
hurdle they have to
Bondo
get
dust
over.
and just stuff that like it's in a body shop. Even though he has two separate buildings, one for paint and one for Bondo heavy sanding, the dust is just out. It just gets in the air, and so he wanted to find something like that. I introduced him to O&R. That's all he uses now.
All right. Our favorite
Seriously, it's
character,
great.
Paul Allen, who
Nice.
gets horribly murdered in an apartment complex,
Oh, no.
says, I always detail naked in my driveway since the car and bike noise complaints have gone away.
Wow. You're
nice.
telling me you don't have neighbors
There you
coming
go.
over saying mine next anymore?
It's a good idea, honestly. Yeah.
He's too busy
Oh,
printing
no.
his business cards.
Yeah. Who's that?
In,
What is
Oh,
that?
no.
Is it
Bone.
is bone? Is it bone?
It's bone. Twistress
Hey,
versus
anyway.
Gauntlet versus Pluffle. Order of absorption, lowest to highest. Gauntlet, Twistress, or no, Pluffle, Twistress, Gauntlet.
Yeah, that's the proper order.
Pluffle is your least absorbent. Twistress is your next absorbent. Gauntlet is your most absorbent.
Also, if you're not even
All three are
considering the
Korean,
liquidator, I would
too.
throw that out there as a contender,
Liquidator
too.
is a Chinese towel, but it is the
True. Yeah,
It
if
is,
you're
it is on the level of the
wanting
Gauntlet
Korean
in
one,
terms
then-
of
yeah.
absorption. Contra.
Bida.
Maybe this has been talked about, but I want to get your opinion on which one to buy. 1, Rupes Nano 2. Or Rupes Nano. 2, Rupes LRE 75. 3, Flex PE80. As far as ease of use, vibration, noise, choose one or do a top 1, 2, 3.
Oh, like rank choice.
All
voting.
three of those tools we love. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you that right now.
The Flex was
Honestly, I wouldn't mind owning all three.
yeah. You're good with all of them. I would say the Nano, like people get hung up on the hybrid Nano and think it's a competitor.
And I'm assuming the Flex is the PXE80, the Pixie as we like to refer to it.
That's the small one, right?
Yeah,
because
that's Anthony's
I
favorite.
love that thing. That thing is
Dane,
awesome.
you're what? Well, hold on. Are you telling me Papa Chrome has switched from the hybrid to the Pixie?
No, see, here's the thing. I was going to point out a lot of people mischaracterize. They compare the Nano with the Pixie when really the Pixie is more comparable to like the 75. It's like more.
It's right in the middle. It's a sweet spot.
It bridges that gap, so it's kind of its own thing. The Nano, I think, still holds its own place as the tool you use when you really have those weird nooks and crannies that you just can't get with anything else. That is an awesome tool for what it is. But the Pixie is so good at doing like headlights and stuff. I was really enjoying working at headlights, exhaust, stuff like that. That's an awesome
Well, and
tool.
then having
I
the
think
75
Anthony would
give you a little
back
more
up on
power than the Pixie, a little bit more when you need to really bear down that 3-inch down.
that. I gotta say, it surprised me.
I would say that's probably become one of my favorite tools in recent years. It really has. I want one.
Yeah.
I don't know where the heck to get one.
I know.
You got a
Hopefully
couple out in the
soon.
warehouse.
You know anybody?
We'll see. You never
Yeah.
know. Gregor
Gregor.
Jeff.
Gregor Jeff says, ever seen issues with Ruped's pads not wanting to stick to his backing plates after using ONR in the Lake Country 4K pad washer? My Lakeco pads never lose Velcro, but watch the Ruped's pads turn into UFOs.
Yeah, I've had it both ways, though. I've had it where Lake Country pads haven't been able to stick to Rupes backing plates, but Rupes pads have been able to stick and vice versa. So I think, honestly, it's just a lot of it is heat. How bad are those pads? How fresh are those pads? How new are those pads? How fresh is your backing plate? You know, a new backing plate is extremely strong. An older backing plate is, the J hooks are no longer J's, they're I's. So it's could be a lot of different factors.
Well, and if you're a psychopath, you use a kamikaze back.
Oh, yeah, you could use that.
All right. Adam Hancock going into this says, what's up, guys? Just got in using Kosh Fine Microcut for the first time. Damn, that truck looks good. Any word on if you'll be getting the Kosh Auto Shampoo or one of their shampoos for hand washing?
Well, we have
Hand wash
GSF.
with GSF.
You can hand wash with GSF.
I
very
understand
easily.
it's a snow foam, but it works.
The rest of those soaps are coming. We've been testing a lot of them. They're all.
So we have
planning on
3
coming.
soaps that we're currently in the process of testing right now that we're really liking. We don't have any of the shampoos or soaps for hand washing at this point, but we did get the body wash.
Yeah, you
Oh,
guys
right,
did get
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
We don't have it in
and-
stock here, in case you're
No,
wondering.
oh my God! But if we did,
I
I would
hey,
buy
that's a
it.
hand wash too,
Seriously,
but-
Levi, I love that body wash.
I know you do.
Like,
I'm really bummed that I
Do
don't
you
have
know
any
that
of
I
mine.
save it for like special occasions, like
no.
Date
like
nights?
no, I did the other day when I went to Cruella. Right, Katie's like, you're gonna have to jump in the shower. I'm like, I know. And I'm looking at my shelf. I'm like, do I want to use my guava scent?
Cremo.
Do I want to use my Cremo Man, like
Cremo,
my
yeah,
blue
urban.
cedar and cypress? I also have a Pacific like
English
sea
gentleman,
salt
yeah.
scent. And I look over that Kosh bottle and I'm like,
It's gonna hit different.
it's gonna hit
Yeah.
different. And I put it on and I get out and she's like, you smell good. And I said, really?
It's a detailing product.
It's a detailing product. You like it?
it's just built differently.
Ricky
All right.
says, take care, folks. About to land in Charlotte for my layover. Have a great weekend. You too enjoy the
Yes.
Southern Detailers Conference
Heck yeah,
and have
man.
fun with her. Say hi to folks. David says, have a safe trip, Ricky. And then same with Umberto. Kyle says, what's up, crew? How are you, man?
Hey,
Good to
hey.
see you. Thanks for joining us. Adam Bell, best wheel brush for getting behind big brake discs.
Big break.
Pick up the
discs.
Detail Factory wheel brush. Honestly.
No, big brake disc. No, I
Tight
would not
ones
use.
is going to be a lot harder.
For really, really tight brake discs, I mean, honestly, depending on how tight they are, I haven't found anything that can get tighter than the Easy Detail brush, unfortunately. It'll fling back every single thing from that
Splatters.
barrel at you.
Riddle me
Even on
this.
big wheels with small brakes, it still splatters like
It
crazy.
is a nightmare, and I hate it. And my shins are usually covered in everything that were on my wheels.
I'm just gonna ask
But
the obvious question: who's looking back there?
Humans.
Dane, people.
What?
Yeah, humans, Dane.
Okay.
All right, G
Just don't
Davis
ask.
doing his first CSL exo coating this week. Any tips or advice? Thank you. CSL, try 2 panels at a time.
Gee,
Wipe it off. Watch it sweat. Wipe it off. It's easy.
it's
It'll be
best
good.
applied by listening to a little bit of opera, right? Or listening to your favorite movie while playing it.
Ooh, nice. Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and then exo, you could do half the car and then wipe it off. Just watch your humidity. That's the biggest thing. Make sure your humidity's low. And
And
just
have
be
multiple
careful, 'cause it'll go
towels.
fast. It
Have
cures
towels
very
next
quickly.
to you and ready to rock and roll on a
Pearls
clean surface.
and eagles are your best friends. For
Have them
CSL
within
XL.
reach, so after you apply, you're waiting for it to flash, and then be able to go the 1-2 punch and put the towels right back in the order that you pulled them off from. As long as you do that, as long as you're just a little bit methodical about it, you'll be fine. There's
Yeah,
no
just
issues.
watch. Just watch. Don't get ahead of yourself. Alkaline. G. Davis, do you think Beadmaker limited editions are the next big detailing collectible? I bet Uda Dane is the next big hit.
Dane.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Maybe. I wish.
Jeff says, I only charged $100. First interior other than my own. Made the mistake of quoting before seeing it. She was a clean person, but interior hadn't been done in 4 years. Lots of dirt, salt in the carpet. Yeah, and on that type of car, it's hard to do a lot of... You get stuck on the vacuuming. It's like paint. You get stuck on that, and that's where the Tornador gun comes in really handy for air, and that's also why I use a lot of air. So, G. Davis says, Alkaline, I have 3 gallons of blue Beadmaker, so I'm going to say yes. And then Jeff says, I need to find ways to speed up interiors. If you haven't read my FAQ, read it. Adam Bell, change cloths regularly, have an inspection light on hand, work small areas if you aren't comfortable. Yep, Adam, there you go. Jeff Anthony, I finally broke out that blue Beadmaker again last weekend. I think it must age like fine wine because it smelled much better than I remember.
Wow.
See, people
Nice.
were bragging on it when they really shouldn't have been. It was its own thing, and I really think it didn't get the showing it deserved.
David.
No, I needed more love.
Going off Paul Allen's comment, when I detail naked, I find I'm faster as I can use 3 wash mitts.
Where do you... Never mind.
G. Davis, first G Technic install. However, I've done a few ceramic coatings previously. I love how slow both of you were on that one.
Because I just didn't process it correctly, and then I did, and then I said yes. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, G, you should have no problem. You'll find it's very easy to apply. And then Adam sells Coach Shimmy Active Foam. Smells so good. You're right, it does. G says, the next appearance of Andrew from KCX, I hope you all shower together. To promote. We have a shower
This
here
ain't
at the
the
Rag
YMCA.
Company. We
This
do
is
have one.
TRC.
That would be hilarious. Bring your swim trunks. We're getting in that
Yeah,
shower.
we're
We're
just
going to
all
talk about
there.
the newest product.
Yeah.
Just loofing it up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is that the interior scrub?
Leo, let me get your back for you really quick.
Oh,
You know,
appreciate
you're
that,
like,
yeah.
oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it, dude.
Wait,
Yeah.
somebody's got to get behind the big brake disc,
Yeah.
so hold on.
Yeah, let's got the detail factory brush. We're wheel brushing it, scrubbing our backs at the
Oh,
rougher,
boy.
rougher spot. And then David Cervantes says this. Yoshi says
This?
Dane's Alkali says they could demo the foaming ability at the same time. G. Yoshi says Dane's barrels are definitely dirty.
You're not wrong, but I wanted to say, as far as like the big brake thing, I meant asking specifically about behind the big brakes, the face that you don't see from the outside of the vehicle. The barrels, of course, I understand that. Of course, anything that's visible when you're standing next to the car. It's behind there that I'm just not entirely sold on, but that's just me. Gee.
Laughing. Jolie, how do you rinseless clean the wheels, including barrels? Same way, just use O&R. Use a wheel cleaner, spray it off with O&R, scrub it, do all the stuff you want to do. Very easy. David says, I use the socks off the detail factory wheel brush, actually. Yeah, good. And then Jolie says, thanks for answering, guys. You're welcome, Jolie. Our pleasure. David says, now in all seriousness, Magic Wheel Cleaner, is it fine for an every week wheel clean or every month? Yeah.
I don't think it's necessary for
don't
an
If
Every
you have a
necessary.
coated wheel, I don't really like putting an acid that often.
It's not. Well, it's not an acid. It's a
I would use
5.5.
Green Star. I would use Green Star.
5.5. I'd use diluted Green Star. It's just I'm thinking, man, like Magic Wheel Cleaner, like it works good, almost too good sometimes. And I'm like, as much as I know that it's safe, I would rather just I'd say dilute it if you can dilute it, or just use Green Star diluted. That's what I would do personally.
Matt, that is hilarious. Afternoon, fellas. J-Hook, Micro Hook, Mushroom Hook, or others. I am a Velcro and pad fanatic. And you guys all in the shower talking about detailing products just made me cringe. Well, we wouldn't be talking about detail. We'd
Yeah,
be
it's
using the new Coach Chemi body wash.
That's what it's
designed
made
for
for.
humans.
So, it is designed for humans,
For
and man, it
regular
is
humans.
good.
Yep.
David Cervantes, can I use the same O&R bucket for wheels as paint? I used to.
It's O&R. It's going to encapsulate. It's
Yeah.
going to protect from, the damage that you might expect otherwise in soap.
I see that you don't carry OptiLens coating anymore. So what do you guys recommend for headlight coating? Thanks. We recommend you wrap them in PPF.
Yeah, man. We sold Opulens for I don't know how many years, and while it was good, right, it would resist the yellowing for far longer than a standard coating or a standard sealant would. It was good, but it was not like the end all solution.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's what sucks about it, because I would much rather somebody say, hey, in all honesty, should I spend $60 on a headlight coating, or should I spend $60 to PPF my headlights? I say go spend $60 to PPF your headlights. You're going to be way better off if you can just do that.
Yep.
It's just an honesty, like, that's what I
And
would
at the
do.
time, you can do it yourself.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
To
Some
PPF your
headlights,
headlights?
depends on the headlight.
Well, Levi, I'm horrible at PPFing headlights.
You're not. You do a real great job.
He's secretly really good at
All
it.
right.
No,
Paul
I'm not.
Allen
I'm
says,
really not.
I use wash mitts by
Seriously suck.
Jean-Paul Gaultier. Just great
Ooh.
Italian fabric.
Yes, Jean-Paul.
Nice.
Great Italian
Jean-Paul,
fabric.
yes.
Nice.
The JPG is what we call it. Ultra male is what I
Yeah.
like to wear.
Oh, nice.
Not just
David
a
Cervantes
regular
says
male.
uncoated chrome.
Almost a Sigma, if you will.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
use O&R on that. Totally fine.
Yeah.
G. Davis says, David says, I kind of want to see Dane lathered up in GSF as a satisfying
So
Saturday.
what I would
That
love
be
to do,
hilarious. Foam
I would
wheels.
love to do somebody that's completely comfortable and confident. Like if we did like it's a guy in a swimsuit, right? We can probably get the guy across the street from the gym
Guys, I'll
Right.
do it.
He
You
would
don't
do
have
it.
to keep asking.
and pressure wash, and then foam them in the foam cannon
wanna try
with
and-
the Coach body
Oh,
wash.
wait
Yeah.
a second. I feel like Luke Berge's suddenly going to appear and
Like it's a
Sorry,
Coach
done it.
body wash, like it's the body wash, and we foam it on, and then just agitate, and then just talk about the experience, and we rinse them with the pressure washer.
What's
G.
Z up
Davis
to?
says, thanks, boys. Appreciate it, G. Thank you for tuning in and joining us.
Yep.
And then Adam Bell, careful of the delamination, though, very common issue with Porsche headlights. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
G. Davis says, Luke Berge is all I'm
See,
going
told
to say.
you.
Yeah, I know. It's like you guys had like a dog whistle. You're whistling for
Yeah.
him by talking
Yeah.
about foaming people.
The dog whistle's no
Humans.
longer a dog whistle. It's overt now.
Paul Allen says, you made it to the end. Good job. See you in London.
We actually had just the
Someday,
perfect
we would love to be there.
perfect
Hopefully
number
next
of
year.
comments. This rounded out nicely.
Yeah. Hopefully next year. David says, sorry, Dane, for picking on you. I just relate to you more. So I feel like you can take it fine.
I have a thin skin and that I respond to everything, but truthfully, I'll live. I can handle it. It's fine. Have your fun. I'll have fun
Matt
too.
says, we used to cut out PPF and coat headlights when I worked part-time at Splash Cars, where I detailed the most exotic cars I did in my career. Way better. Yeah. Yeah, put PPF on, just suffocate it. If oxygen can't get it, it's not going to oxidize and start deteriorating.
Yeah, it looks amazing
So,
too. Looks good.
Dabbler
Can't
says,
have
love you
oxidation
guys.
without
Thank you,
oxygen.
Dab. We appreciate it. Love you too.
Wow. So this has been
Ooh,
great, guys.
2 minutes last.
Yeah,
2
we just
minutes.
well now they're all like flying
Thanks
in.
for the awesome time, says David.
ya Monday.
Matt says that was back in 2010.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for
Well,
watching,
yeah.
for participating. We love
Yeah.
doing this every Thursday, and you guys are what make it what it is. So
Yep.
thank you so much. And if you haven't already, hiccup. If you haven't already, please go leave a review on Apple Podcasts or iTunes. I realize if you don't have an Apple product, it's whatever, but if you do, just go there, leave the Rag Company Podcast a 5-star review, and I will start reading those on the show.
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
do.
Could be fun, could be goofy, whatever. Just throw it out there. We'll give it a spin.
Yeah.
But that's how we get in front of more people. So I'm really asking you and anybody else you know who watches this, please go do
Yep.
that.
We've got the car show this weekend. 170 cars.
forward to that.
Hidden Springs.
170 cars at
Idaho.
170 degrees. Let's get
It's
this.
Yeah,
gonna be
it
hot.
feels like
Holy
it.
crap.
It
Okay,
is.
we've got a ton of work left to do on our
Dane, your
vehicles.
car
We
is
got to
in
go do
pieces.
that.
We got to put the motor back in.
Yeah, Anthony and I got a lot of work to do. This guy's sitting pretty, so he'll have
I'm
a
working
good
on
time.
the Subaru.
Yeah, he's moved on to other projects.
Yeah, I'm
so
doing something
anyway,
else.
guys, that's it. We love you all. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week on the podcast on the Red Company Podcast YouTube channel. See ya.
Bye.